Good for doing laundry late in the game. Let's see if that'll work. Haha. Success. Perfect. Sorry for the delay. I really apologize for that. All right, kill it, Tay. All right, cool. Now what I'm going to do is to make sure that we are all good on YouTube, and then we are able to begin. Killer Tay, you in this bitch? Just want to test this shit out here. Look at that, fucking 5 minutes late. Damn, I'm so black. I apologize. All right. So without further delay, welcome to the No Filter podcast and or spaces, depending on where you are at. I am definitely happy that you guys have showed up. I'm definitely excited that you guys have showed up. I love having these discussions. They're also very, very entertaining every Saturday at 7 p.m. But we are going to go directly into it. We're actually going to focus on making sure that this is going to be timely. You know, I'm tired of being out of time and being so fucking late. That is unfortunate. Every time it's like 4 hours. Oops. There we go. Yep, we're working. We're live. We're good. I usually have to test this shit out, and I hate the fact that I can be okay and something will fuck up somewhere. All right. Killer Tay, what's good, man? What's going on, homie? I just invited you. You should be good to go. What's going on, Jemiah? What's good? What's going on, homie?
Yeah, what's up?
Try to get this shit started. I know this is like all over the place, me trying to scramble to do a whole bunch of shit. So anyway, without further delay, we are talking about 3 different topics here, okay? As you know, it's 2 gaming topics and 1 off topic, which is about me and what I've been thinking about at that moment, shit that has been pissing me off, etc., etc. Let's start off with the first topic. I'll give you a brief synopsis of what we're going to be talking about. And it is the 3 big reasons why Sony will not go to day and date. Contrary to what people were saying, especially since the acquisition of Activision / Blizzard. People just automatically thought that Sony was just going to go directly to day and date because they don't have the pockets that Microsoft has. And I don't really want to make it that particular topic about Activision necessarily, but we do have we have stuff to talk about in terms of the day and date. And I've been thinking about this a lot. Number 2, the second topic will be the shocking truth about the Xbot disease. While we were dealing with the acquisition of Activision / Blizzard with Microsoft, there have been a lot of people just really volatile. And they were Xbots. They were like, you're not getting Call of Duty anymore. Sony has lost. And I'm like, scratching my head because I'm like, this has nothing to do with the fucking gaming consoles. This is them being a publisher, which I already have a video about. I did it on Tuesday. But it was just really funny. You look at a lot of fans and fanatics, and Xbox fanatics or fans are a special breed. We'll talk about that when the time comes during this podcast. And lastly, I just really think that people are too damn sensitive in this world, and I would like to just have some shit I want to get off my chest. But let's start off with the first topic, the 3 big reasons as to why Sony will not go day and date. This is what it is. Oh, we got somebody. Why can't he join? I don't understand this. And then we got him requesting it. Hold on, let me get you into what's going on, Sonyverse. What's going on, Edward? There we go, Killer Tay. What was going on? Your service was all. What was going on?
No, my Bluetooth not working. I'm trying to get it through the Bluetooth and keep going to speaker.
That's how you can tell this bitch is old as shit, man. You don't even know how to use technology anymore.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
This is just an old fucker. That's what you are.
Fuck
Just
your face,
old.
nigga.
What did what's his name? This Balder say? You slow and old. We should have never came to Mel. You should have never came to Midgard. Slow and old. So when I posted this Twitter space regarding why I don't believe that Sony is going day and date, and they've said this many different times. I've gotten some comments just by me posting the fucking spaces. It was really crazy because they stated that this is the way of the future, day and date, and stop trying to hold up the future. You know, stop. Let me try to find out exactly what they said, because I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, my dude?" Homie was like, this is Psycho Froggy. Shout out to you, Psycho Froggy. I have to definitely give you a shout out here. There is no reason why there is no reason why games can't come day and date. Quit your bitching and stop holding back gaming. The studios want to do it, which they never said they did. They want to go to PC, but they didn't want to go day and date. And if they do, and if they are so talented, like you all keep saying they are, this would be a walk in the park. And to play anywhere on anything is the future. So he says. My response to this is it is most certainly not the way of the future. There are so many things that we're going to discuss tonight. That's going to top three things, of course. That is definitely not conducive to gaming. By putting shit on day and date. It's human nature stops that from being a viable option. When things get easy, people become complacent. That is always the thing. It will always be, and that was the problem. But he goes ahead, and when I said, when we talk about it, he says, it really isn't. Go cry about it. And if Sony did it, you would suck them off too. I guarantee it. I will not be sucking off anything at all. Let's just put that out there. I can't help it because your fucking choice of plastic isn't doing well. I can't help that. I can't help it. You can't get mad at me because of what happened in 2013. I didn't do it to you. I didn't cancel projects. I didn't. I didn't close down studios despite the fact that you spent over $70 billion on acquiring 2 publishers, but you still found a way to cancel studios. I didn't do that to you. Your favorite company did it. I couldn't do it. And here we go with all this vitriol about fucking day and date. Let me tell you this. I will say this about Activision, right? And this purchase in Microsoft. It isn't as big as you think it is. It is a huge purchase for Microsoft. It does nothing for gaming. There's already talks about disgruntled people in this space. People are already disgruntled. So,
what's up, boy?
What's going on, Ken? People are already trying to leave. Oh, there's 35 people over, 10,000. I hope you know that Microsoft bought Nokia and then fired 10,000 people over the course of 2 years. Just because they bought something, it's just crazy shit. Activision's going to be cleaned up because Microsoft. Good old Uncle Phil.
They're not going to clean shit.
Good old Uncle Phil is going to clean everything. I don't think you know the history of this company.
No, they don't know. They don't fucking know.
They bought Rare and ran that shit into the ground. You remember Rare? You remember them? One of the most prestigious developers ever. Mm-hmm. Ran them motherfuckers completely into the ground. All right. So
they don't know what the fuck they doing over there.
So Ken, the guy that just said that, he a rabid fanboy. I think we all know that. You nigga, you.
Oh,
I'm a little more level headed. But everybody,
no, I ain't a fanboy. I'm a real nigga.
No, you a nigga. No.
That nigga lying.
Yeah, lying.
Since 95.
Lying. This dude is a fan, and it's cool. I will say this, Ken. You have all the reason to prefer this console and prefer this company.
I speak facts.
We can't help it. And Killer Tay, did you get everything worked out? I guess not.
He must be busy.
This nigga, oh, that's what happened.
It's just not coming through. I can't hear y'all coming through the speaker on my headset, but I can hear y'all through the phone. Y'all can still hear me though.
Yeah, I can still hear. Yeah, you sound. It's okay. It's good. But anyway,
that nigga says, "Oh, he's stupid."
Yes, he's slow and
Okay,
he should have never came on his faces.
Nigga, you 2 years younger than me. What the fuck?
No, I'm not. What you talking about?
Josh, nigga, you 40, so stop.
Nope. I can see that fucking. I can see that picture. I don't look nothing 40.
No, I'm just playing.
Nigga, black,
don't crack, nigga.
Black don't crack.
Unless you smoke crack.
Unless you smoke it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that other. That's the other part.
I'll be 35 this year, and people say, "Damn, like you don't look 30. You don't look 35." Well, nigga, I am.
You want to be old so bad. You want to be old. I don't know why, nigga. Slow down. It ain't good,
I know,
man.
right?
Yeah, nigga, just buy you an old Cadillac and you can be old all you want.
Yeah, no, man. Your neck, your back, man. That's what's going to
be like my grandpa. Yeah, you know, they used to tell me back in the day. Yeah,
I'm starting to say that shit too. I was speaking to shout out to Crypto Ken. We were having some. He's probably working. We were having some discussions on just the other podcast that I do. And he was like, "No, you're wrong. I don't think you're right." I was like, "Nigga, listen to your elders." I was like, "Oh shit, the fuck?" I'm getting old.
Nigga said elder.
I said, "Damn!" I was like, "Nigga, listen to your elders." I was like, "Hey, he ain't even that young." Shit, this is what happened.
Yeah, listen to your elders, goddamn youngin.
This nigga Josh is saying now, be quiet when grown folks talking.
I just always wondered that. It was always this dusty old black woman that said that shit. I'm sorry, they were dusty and they were black. I'm just describing to you what they look like. That's what they look. They were dusty women in my family. Sorry. When I say dusty, I mean literally dusty. They look ashy and needed lotion. Anyway, top 3 reasons why Sony is not going to day and date.
Why people keep saying that?
Because they think that the only way for Sony to be successful is to create a Game Pass. A failing service.
They not doing that shit.
Hey, you know why they saying it? Because Phil already talked to Sony when he got off the phone with him after he bought.
Okay, and what that mean?
Said,
can we be serious right now?
Sony, y'all are gonna eventually do it. So just come on home.
So they're assuming that's what you're saying. They assuming shit.
Nah, can we be serious for 2 seconds?
For like 2 seconds. Like, this is what this is all about. I mean, I know I joke, but here's the thing. Here's what you guys tell me what you think about this. These 3 things. I want you to understand this, right? When people purchase something on their own, they take a pride to that purchase. So they're going to be more invested into the purchase that they made. It's just the way it is when it comes to human nature. That's how it works. You know, also, when you put things, when you are keeping things in a traditional model, which is basically purchasing, how can I put this? This is basically keeping things at a cost where people have to buy it. You have to work for that. You have to make sure that people are going to pay $60, $70 for your game. So you're going to have to really go all out for people to purchase that shit. It sparks creativity. Period. And that's what that's the business that Sony is in. They want to do the best that they can do with the budget that they have. And I just think that overall is a higher quality. We already see what's going on with Netflix, man. Netflix told their investors, and it plummeted their stocks too, by the way, that they don't think they can grow past 246 million subscribers. It is hit a ceiling. It's just the way that it is. You can't have. I think putting all things in one place won't even work anyway. But the competition in terms of that ecosystem, you're going to have one that rules the roast, and then everything else is just going to be like fodder. And you have to make sure that all of those developers that's under this particular model will get fed. And I'm going to tell you, if you only have one mass appeal game, it ain't going to grow. They're desperately looking for Sony to actually put it Game Pass on their console so it can bolster the numbers just a little bit longer. Because ultimately, what's going to happen with Microsoft is they are going to be third party. That's their contingency. That's their way out of the console space. They don't want to do this shit anymore, and it's apparent to me. But if it fails, Phil will still have a job because he will be ahead of Microsoft Studios. That's just what it is. Number one, I mean, that's all three of the points here. But you also got to look at it like this too. They want people.
So you're saying that they mind these studios just in preparing for going third party?
Yes and no. I don't think it's that cut and dry. I think they do. They see the numbers on their own. They see that it's not growing and it's not sustainable. I know they see that shit. And everybody knows that these things are not sustainable. Game Pass should be doing really well in the pandemic where everybody's sitting inside, whereas Netflix and any other streaming services, they skyrocketed. The only time that they moved the needle was when you offered Forza, which had a lot of buzz, and you had Halo, which was your flagship. And then they captured that time and space and just say, well, we did 25 million. It should have been way past that point. You know, but if it fails, Phil will still have a fucking job. And he could be like, well, okay, so Game Pass or the console space didn't work out so well, but I can be a publisher at this point in time and keep things business as usual. It's known that Microsoft doesn't push the envelope, but what I'm saying is that Sony definitely wants people to stay within the walled garden of PSN, which, by the way, makes $25 billion revenue. They want people to be under there. That's what they want. Being on PC is too much competition, and the competition that's there is too stiff. That's a battle that they can't win just at their handhelds. So if they can't make the money, or if they ain't looking too hot, they're not going to, they didn't make another handheld for that same reason, And I'm starting to really believe in the type of thing that they were talking about before. They want people to actually try out PlayStation. So that's why they're bolstering the PSN and, the shared features and the curated experiences and the PlayStation trophies and the controller functionality and all the other shit. So in the event that a PC person gets that FOMO syndrome and wants to pick up Horizon Forbidden West after they picked up Horizon Zero Dawn, there's actual Steam reviews of this happening, by the way. They have another person, slowly but surely. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, you got some truth to that. I don't know.
What's the question, Josh? You said, what do we think about what?
This nigga is all the way in the fucking clouds in the stratosphere of fucking.
No, like I'm listening. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. You mean like the whole PC shit?
No, going to day and date because people seem to just
That's not going to happen. I already told you that.
Why isn't it going to happen? That's the argument. Why isn't it going to happen?
I could have sworn Sony said they weren't going to do that shit. I could have sworn.
No, you can't hold.
They said that.
Things that.
I mean, Sony also said they weren't going to do crossplay, and look what happened.
Yeah, they got pushed. They got pushed to do crossplay. So that was big.
They more than likely going to get pushed to do day and date. It's just not going to be it's not going to be as fast as the way Microsoft did it. It's going to be a couple of years before they start doing day and date.
Let me clarify this really quickly. When I say they're not going to do day and date, I'm talking about every single game. If the situation, if the situation is advantageous for it to go day and date, then it will. Like any other fucking thing, they've placed things on PSN day and date, so that's not a surprise,
right?
Like for instance, I know that the fucking Factions is going to be released day and date. I know that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you're not going to get. It doesn't business wise make sense.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, they could have gotten bullied into just staying on consoles. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, with that Spartacus program, right?
That's not a competitor for what's going on, Silky. That's not a competitor for Game Pass.
Huh?
That's not a competitor for Game Pass, by the way. That's something else.
I thought right. Jim said that's what it was.
They say we have an answer. That's not a competition. That doesn't mean a competition.
Right.
I personally believe it's going to be emulation for older PS games.
Right. PS1 through PS3 games.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It is 19 degrees. I will go outside butt ass naked in front of my apartment complex and do the reggae butterfly if they do some shit like that. They better not.
Yeah, but it's supposed to
adhere to that shit.
It's supposed to have 3 different like tiers for that, right?
Right,
3
tiers.
different price tiers, right?
Yeah.
So let's say
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3.
Well, nobody said that. All this, hold on, real quick. All this tier shit and all this shit is speculation. So let's not like say
nobody
like
said a goddamn
anything.
word yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is Bloomberg.
Key word is
on
yet.
their
Ain't
shit,
nobody said nothing yet.
That's why I said they supposedly.
Right.
I didn't say it was actual facts.
Right.
I'm always curious on how many PlayStation guys would get it if it was like direct competition for Game Pass, like day and date in their service.
You got to understand, here's the thing, and we're going to talk about that shit too for the second topic about this sickness that we call Xbot, right? The way that the Sony community functions, it is a sickness.
Yeah, of course it is. It's a fucking delusional mindset.
It's a disease.
Wow.
Like I can understand if you like a service or you like something and it stops there. I've seen fanatics for sports and they can seem to put their differences away, but to be completely delusional.
Right.
And when I say I don't want to push it to the next level, to the next topic, because I want to stay on this one for a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I have some compelling situations when it comes to fucking people being delusional. But to answer your question, Silky, like they function differently. They're very, as you can see, territorial about their shit. They will buy things. You know what I mean? Because they associate PlayStation with themselves. It's a part of them. Whereas Xbox, in a certain situation, they were able to move. Actually, it's kind of funny because they're more successful on the PC than they are on the consoles when it comes to their IPs. As long as they put it on PC, like there is no allegiance to for the Xbox fans. So if they do it day and date, I don't think it'll function. I don't think it would. Let's say they did. Like, let's say they did. It won't look like. They won't act the same way. I think they'll still buy it. There's certain games that they would probably buy. I mean, they would use something like, let's say, if Gravity Rush came out nowadays. They'd be like, I don't know about that. Let me just try it out. You know what I mean? But when I say day and date, I'm talking about every single game going on day and date. That doesn't even make any sense.
That's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen. But there's going to be select games that will go day and date. Every game, no. No, and I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever plan that they have going on.
That's why I was bringing up the little tier thing. Like if let's say they do, and this Project Spartacus is a direct competitor, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say it is, right? Mm-hmm. And they have the 3 different tiers, right? The most, and they do start putting day and date shit on there, right? They would probably lock it behind the highest tier.
Well, like what behind the highest tier?
Like, because right now, I think the Bloomberg fucking article saying that it was supposed to have 3 different tiers. One is for like fucking.
One is regular, what we know of.
Yeah.
Then the second
combining
tier
shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the second tier is supposed to combine
a little. Well, yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah. Well, no. The second tier was supposed to be more PS5 games on that, and then the third tier is going to be backwards compatibility.
Okay, the third tier would be the backwards compat with all, the third tier is the most expensive, so you're getting all that other shit, right?
Right.
So let's say to the ones that have that higher tier, you start getting those day and date fucking shit. And everybody below that, you either have to buy it or upgrade to the fucking third grade tier.
I don't think so. Even I don't think you know what I think.
That's the only way I can see them doing it earlier than what I think they're going to do.
You know what I was thinking as well? And I thought about this, about what Microsoft was doing, or what I thought Microsoft was going to do. And I thought that doesn't make any sense for them. But I was thinking, they mentioned about trials. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, what if they gave you like maybe like an hour or 2 of a day of their release for you to play it? Their ultimate goal is for you to buy the bitch. But if they have some bombastic fucking situation where you can play the game for the first hour to see if you like it or not.
Kinda,
you get
test
first
it out.
dibs because they already have their quality on lock. I mean, honestly.
The only option would be the BC.
Game Pass.
Oh wait, what is this? Sony going day and date. Don't like it. Go PC. Okay.
Hey, what?
All right, I was just reading. What's going on, Devil Shooter?
Hey, what if this is the way? Like, if you get tier 3, you can actually stream PS5 games on your PS4. It won't be as smooth, won't be as fast, but we know they don't want to get rid of that 114 million player base.
Stream
you can.
PS5 games?
You already are able to.
Onto your PS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can already do that.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I mean. Like,
my thing is, I hate when people say Sony doesn't want to get rid of that player base. They absolutely do want to get rid of that PS4 player base. The only reason they can't is because of supply lines. Like, they would have been abandoning PS4 immediately if they could have. Trust me. Like, the PS5 was on track to sell probably like 30 million plus the first 2 years. Like, they couldn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Because then they stopped production on the PS4 after the PS5 came out, but they had to bring it back.
No, they
never stopped production.
No, they never stopped
it. Bullshit articles people keep putting up.
They're gonna Well, what it is, we know about this. Every console generation, when something new comes out, of course they're still gonna have cross-gen games. That's fucking common sense. I don't know why people. Sony needs to hurry up and start. Well, yeah. I mean, it take a little time. Like it's still new. The console was still new, nigga.
Well, like even the 3 games that are cross-gen, like Fado, like Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, and Ragnarok, they weren't supposed to be on PS4, but Sony saw ahead of time that they weren't going to be able to get the chips out and shit.
Correct.
So they pivoted before being a smart business move. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
People, but see, my thing is, like I said, me being a Sony head since '95, people keep, well, Sony's not catering. No, motherfucker, it's a pandemic first and foremost, and it's a chip shortage. So what the fuck you think gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Like niggas act like every PS5 exclusive is going to be on cross-gen. That's how they're acting.
And not only, I guess day and date. See, but you want to know what else too? There's more layers. There's more layers to this too. Y'all guys can hear me, right? Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
There's more layers to this. There's the prospect of day and date on a console, and there's the prospect of day and date on a PC. And what the problem is for Sony fans is that shit going day and date for PC. That's their fucking right.
And see, that's another subject.
That's a different situation.
That's a subject where I was clowning people because, I don't have a problem with Sony releasing some exclusive to PC so they can experience some greatness and maybe so they can, get a PlayStation instead of waiting years later to play our shit.
That's not how life works, and that's not how PC players work. Nobody's waiting years to play your games. Sony just recently started putting games on PC. So for anybody to say that people were waiting for games to go to PC that were never supposed to go to PC, to me, it's kind of like some bullshit argument.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
No, but back to the actual point. Like when it comes to crossover games like the Gran Turismos and the Horizon Forbidden West and all that shit, people are making a big deal just because they want to compete with Xbox on how many next-gen games they have. When these cross-gen games look better than anything on the market right now, what is really next-gen?
I was about to say that. Well, what I was going to say was these PS4 games look better than some of this next-gen. Well, they don't have no next-gen shit on Xbox, so...
they do. It would be the medium. It would be the medium and stuff like that. No, I'm trying to tell you, it's the medium and stuff like that. But here's the thing, though.
That's not okay.
It is.
Go ahead.
It's not on current consoles.
But it's on PlayStation though.
What is? What do you say, Fatal?
Flight Sim.
And Flight Sim. That's another one.
That's on PC, but okay.
That's on. Yeah, but it's considered. I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. It is what it is.
Listen, we gotta cut it out without this exclusive shit. That shit's annoying. Guess what? When Ragnarok goes to PC, what are you gonna say then? Like,
I just know what I'm saying.
You gotta understand.
We're not talking about PC.
What I'm saying is that I was saying to you guys earlier is that what was I saying? Oh, that I'm not upset that certain games are going to PC years later. The key word is years. Why the fuck would I be upset about that?
But the whole thing, you shouldn't be upset. You should, right? That's what I was going to say.
I mean,
it doesn't change your game experience.
Period, though.
No, I'm saying some people are upset about that.
No, you said you. I'm gonna have to call you out. You said you.
Oh, the reason why I said that is because some of these fucking Xbots are like trying to rub that in our faces. Oh, well, you're great. Yeah, your guys' exclusives. Okay, that doesn't fucking harm me, nigga. Like, what the fuck that mean?
Hey, Capo, it's because
they can experience our leftovers, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? Capo, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Silky.
No, I said you guys have said that to Xbox fans for years.
Said what?
That Xbox has no exclusives because it's on PC.
Which is
this is the thing. I was honestly, Silky. I was never a big fan.
I still didn't hear what he said. Sorry.
Hey, Capo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
I said because
I got too much going on over here.
Oh, I got you. No, but for years, PlayStation fans said the same thing to Xbox guys, saying, "Oh, you have no exclusives because they're on PC as well."
Correct. That's why I said some. Keyword some. Not people. And see, here's the difference. These Xbox keep thinking every PS5 game is coming to PC.
I don't understand. This is what I want. And
that's what they're saying.
But Jemiah said this, and I couldn't agree more with this dude. And we got our differences and shit that we talk about. We fuck around and stuff. But like honestly, mute these niggas or block them. I am so tired of the rhetoric going back and forth, because both of the fucking teams are playing themselves. You are playing yourself because this is still a company entity.
Yep. They want to make money.
They want to make money. And this what I'm trying to draw the light. I'm trying to put the spotlight on. Ultimately, what's happening in this situation is that Sony wants to keep PSN going so it can make more than the $25 billion that it's already making. How, if they were putting their games on PC day and day, is that going to happen? Historically, even for Game Pass, they are losing numbers.
I've been saying that shit.
In terms of the mainline games that they have, and it's being blended in by shit that you purchase, microtransactions and shit like that.
Yeah, it's because right now, I know on the Xbox side, they go off engagement, not sales, because it's been proven that people that play games, like play a game longer, they tend to spend money on that game. So, say for example, but I don't know how that would work for PlayStation for narrative-driven games, but like the multiplayer games, yeah, you put a multiplayer game on PC, people are going to play it, people are going to buy skins, they're going to buy season packs and all that on PC as well. But for games like God of War and stuff, to me, it doesn't make sense because there's no microtransactions whatsoever. And they crack the game, download the shit for free, and it's not a sell.
Let me say this. They don't always do that. I mean, like I said,
I'm just saying, like, but you lose.
But what I will say in this situation is that Microsoft, and this is being honest. So what's happening is that you only have a certain amount of time to compete with. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft, in this case, is cannibalizing themselves by trying to make every single game under them a fucking service.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest problem with them. Mm-hmm. Because they want you to have microtransactions here and there. You can't do that. Just mentally, people can't take all that shit. They want variety. What Sony has been doing is balancing this shit. Mm-hmm. This is why you didn't see multiplayer games in last generation. Because when you're tired, when your ass gets tired of playing multiplayer, the Call of Duties, the Destinies and shit like that, then you can wind down with a good story. Whether it be God of War or Horizon or whatever fucking game that you have.
Last of Us.
They made Last of Us. They made sure that it didn't cannibalize.
The first Last of Us.
Don't start this.
Don't.
Look, man.
I caught that. Nigga. I totally caught that, Josh.
The Last of Us 2. Don't talk about The Last of Us 2.
Hey, look, I'm an Xbox guy. I say it all the time, but Last of Us 2 is a classic.
I'm gonna
classic trash.
Yo, real quick. Who said that? Like, Yo, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I'm an Xbox guy, but I like this game on another platform. But no, I'm saying though, can't you just enjoy the game for being what it is? Like, why you have to be an Xbox guy who likes a Sony game, or I'm a Sony guy who likes an Xbox game? Why can't you just like the game? Like, I don't understand how this divide became so like.
What are you talking about? Jemiah. No, that was me. That's I'm an Xbox guy. I preference it that way. So when I say some shit, I'm not being disingenuous. I'm not coming in saying the game is trash, and then you're like, oh, he's Xbox, or he has motive to not like it.
But my point is, it shouldn't even be like that, though. Like, I don't understand this whole
Jemiah is human. Listen,
yeah, but Jemiah's spitting facts, though, dude. It was
stop with the neutral shit. This shit is irritating. It is not a sin for you to like a fucking thing or prefer it. There's nothing wrong with that. It becomes stupid territory when you block yourself from having good experiences, all in sake of this. Like, for instance, I like Nissan cars. I would have a Honda as well. They directly compete. You know what I'm saying? But I would prefer that. I will put more effort into the Nissan because of what it does. They usually have higher torque and blah, blah, blah. But it's not a problem. It's been demonized to be a problem because you have neutrals that tries to win an argument by all means necessary. That's the biggest fucking problem. That's the hugest thing. That's the biggest thing that I'm looking at. At the end of the day, when it comes to day and date, Sony wants to have PSN grow bigger, and it makes no sense for that to happen if you take shit away from PSN, take shit out of the walled garden. They've been telling people what the fuck they've been doing, and people just didn't want to listen. That's just what it is. Just like what Mark Cerny said, that, don't look too deeply into fucking teraflops. There's a lot more going on with engines than fucking teraflops. Nobody wanted to fucking believe them, and we already know what the fuck happened with that one. There are a good amount of games that perform better than the Series X. Not much better. It's barely any fucking difference, but it's the facts still stand. 10 versus 12. You know what I mean? Which is substantial. Fine, whatever. The thing that I'm dealing with here is that for some reason, people want to tribalize this situation. And I think I know what happened, right? I'm going to go all the way back to Xbox, the original Xbox, when Microsoft said that they wanted to actually be in the gaming space. Now, they mentioned a couple of reasons as to why. But the main reason is Sony started to encroach on PC gaming, which would take money away from their shits. And their objective was to disrupt that shit. So they made Xbox. The X meaning DirectX. That's what that box was supposed to be for. Right, fine, whatever. And everything was okay. But then you know what happened? Microsoft did something that changed the landscape of gaming all to fucking together. They have created this horrible fucking culture. They did this shit in the name of, just sparking controversy. Mm-hmm. When the 360 came out, they did so many things that was either underhanded for consumers in general, that is making you pay for Xbox Live without any fucking incentive at all. And motherfuckers gobbled that the fuck up. They paid for exclusives. You couldn't get fucking, what was that, Blue Dragon? You couldn't get that shit on there either. Grand Theft Auto had exclusive content on there. They said that the PlayStation 3 version can't have anything fucking better. It better be parity or you can't put it out on my console. They had boats saying, we love you, PlayStation. They had the death of fucking Apple when they released it, when they bought Nokia. They did a lot of shit that made people act the way that they act now and created this tribalism. That's what it is. That's what they did. Because the culture wasn't like that before.
I agree with you, Josh, but you can't lay all the feet up the.
Yeah, but you got to look at it. They're a business. I mean, if you selling something, you don't want somebody to like it, so you can make some money, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like, listen, bro. Like, at the end of the day, we're all adults here. We're all fans.
Right. I understand that. What I'm trying to say is that they're a business. They don't care. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they don't care about your feelings. They just want your money.
Yep. the thing is, what you got to look past when it comes to this shit, right?
Is you got to a certain extent.
You gotta look. You gotta look. They all do want their money. This period. Why else would you do it? They're not doing this shit for charity. This game was no. They are doing what it takes for you. They had to have higher quality to pull your motherfucking asses from Nintendo or Sega or anybody the fuck else, and they had to keep it. They had to keep whatever quality that they set out for themselves. But they're not doing it. If it was a charity, this shit would have been free on Game Pass.
What I'm saying is, they've been consistently delivering quality games since the beginning. So with that, companies don't care about the players.
Apple doesn't give a fuck about your fucking money. I'm talking about any of these companies. Apple makes quality shit, but guess what? They don't give a fuck about their consumers as long as you keep going to them. They have to keep finding ways for you to keep returning. This is not a charity.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, you think if you get put out your house, you can call Apple and they gonna be like, "Hey, we gonna pay your rent and shit"? Hell no, they gonna think you crazy, man. They just want some money.
And on YouTube, Dre said that we couldn't get BioShock, we couldn't get what's that fucking game again? Mass Effect, we couldn't get that shit.
Hey, cars, bro. You say they don't give a shit, but look at the top quality that Sony just keeps on putting out, like Santa Monica. You know, the devs give a shit, bro. That's just top quality, bro. What do you mean they don't give a shit?
That's what I'm trying to get them to understand is that I disagree with what he was saying. I respectfully disagree.
So okay,
with what
are they making these high quality games?
Josh, relax. I got this. I agree with Josh. What they're making has no correlation to what they feel about you as a consumer. They understand that they have to put out a quality product for people to buy it.
I agree.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that they care about your personal feelings.
We're not talking about personal shit. We're talking about consistency, quality. Sony has been doing that shit since the beginning.
I think you mentioned that they. So the argument is
personal shit.
So what is the argument then? Because I'm saying that they're a company that wants your money, and how else are they going to get your money? Because you can do anything, right? But if the quality isn't there, you're not buying it. Is that right or wrong?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So they're, by extension, they have to be better than the rest or try to be perceivably better than the rest so they can get your dollar. Now, yes, Sony definitely focuses on quality. That is what they have. That is their MO.
So they do care somewhat. Is what
they care about. Wait, what's the question? They care about what? What do they care about exactly?
The players on. Okay, let's get these consistently amazing games to the players because this is what we've been doing since the beginning.
So what do you
has Xbox done that shit? Answer my question. Has Xbox done that shit?
Yes.
Oh, that's a fucking
Xbox has put out games in the past that
consistently. The key word is consistently.
That doesn't mean consistently, non-consistently. You talk about these developers. No, you're consistent. Yeah, they did consistently. Yeah, it's because fucking what do you call it? That flight simulator shit is a quality title. Period. It's not for you.
I mean, people agree Forza is a consistently good game. What I'm saying is, whatever game they make, say I'm a cook, right? And I'm in here. I'm back in the kitchen. I'm making the best hamburgers on this side of the block, right? I don't give a fuck about the customers outside. I mean, I want my shit to be good just because I want to produce good food. I want to grow. I want to be recognized as making the best burgers. I'm not doing it for fucking little Timmy to come in here every Tuesday and have a cheeseburger. I'm doing it because
as a chef, I disagree. Business. But okay.
Oh, poor little Timmy.
Boy, you sound crazy. You must not never been a goddamn chef before because it's all about what the people like and what the people want.
Thank you, cuz.
You're not putting out.
Who was just talking, cuz?
This Big Serve. If you're not
what's up, boy?
Oh, what's going on, Big?
What's going on? If you're not putting out a quality product that the people ain't graduating,
that's what I'm trying to get them to understand.
Yeah, bro.
Well, this is why so many restaurants close down because this is why so many restaurants are shut down because people try to cater to their customers too much. You got to come out here and just do what you do. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, though. Like that's what PlayStation is known for, doing
no,
what they do.
I'm not mad at. Listen,
Josh, you still my nigga though. Like, you know,
I think this is what I think is going on, right? Because you said that you were a chef, right?
Of course.
You look at people.
Yeah, I know that.
You look at people as a whole, as one entity, a lump of people. If a whole bunch of people like it, you may find an outlier here and there that'd be like, "Yo, this was some banging fucking food," and you feel pride because they like your food. Mm-hmm. I get that.
Several restaurants, so
yeah. No, but I got you. When somebody likes the shit that you like, see, here's the thing. This is where shit gets real dicey. It gets real dicey when a lot of money's being thrown around. That's when shit gets crazy. If you ain't making that much, how somebody feels about your shit will matter a lot more than if you wiping your fucking teardrops with $1,000 bills. That's a whole different situation.
Because McDonald's definitely don't give a fuck what niggas think about their food because that shit is trash.
Yeah, of course, I agree with you.
One thing,
can I say this? Can I say this one more? Hold on, let me say this one thing. I'll let you say. I just want to say this. If it wasn't for the competition, do you really think they would keep this fucking quality up? Yes or no?
Yes.
You think so?
For Sony?
Yeah,
they would.
I most definitely think so.
Y'all some diehard Sony fans. I respect it, but damn.
These are Japanese people we're talking about. They
I mean, look at
see, hold on. Let me say this too, cuz. Fast Money. Sorry to cut you off, bro. The Japanese in general, as a whole, they rely on consistent quality. That's just who they are.
That's their pride. That's their pride. They're taking pride. They're taking pride in their work, not pride.
What I want to add to that is if you look at Nintendo, and what they doing, you know, a lot of the Nintendoids like to say that they not competing with everybody, but in a way they are, because they still trying to make big open world games. They're still trying to make games to a quality that will appeal to a wider range of people. You feel me? And ain't no kid playing no goddamn Zelda Breath of the Wild. So if a motherfucker thinking that a kid is playing Breath of the Wild, you're smoking crack.
No, they are.
They are playing them. Trust me. These little white boys and shit.
You'd be surprised.
But these games have mass appeal. So like that's the thing that's really killing it. The Japanese people, you're absolutely right. They take pride in their work.
They do.
And they're the type of people to be like, yo, I want to be the best out of any fucking body. But that has nothing to do with their fan base. Their fans are just,
but it goes hand in hand.
It does.
Maybe we're just going.
It does.
I disagree. I guess.
I don't know, because if you look at it from a perspective like mine, right? JRPGs is a very popular genre, right? Who has the best JRPGs?
The Japanese.
Right. And where are the best? And what console is the best RPGs located on?
Well, Japanese. This is RPGs. It'll be.
Who said Xbox? Stop that line, boy.
Hey,
man, my boy Silky, man.
We can debate this. Hey, you tell me what RPG is bigger than Skyrim?
Where did the RPG started? Where did it start?
Final Fantasy, Silky.
Bro,
yeah, stop that.
Every single Final Fantasy, Silky, and even what you saying that. What you saying that, Silky, is more people playing those games on PlayStation.
Yep. Facts.
I will say this, Japanese thing. I will say this too. They had a situation where they were like, yo, I don't like the way this quality, because they do feel a certain way when it comes to quality. They definitely don't want that shit to drop. They definitely don't want that shit to drop. But I'll say, hold on, wait, hold on.
Do you think?
What I was going to say is that, what the fuck you call it? World of Warcraft, right? They had 15 million subscribers at one point recently. And because they just can't, the shit that they do for money is all the way up to 4 million right now. You know what happened with the Japanese Final Fantasy? It was over 20 million, to the point where their servers couldn't even handle it because they increased their quality. So I get it.
Most of them WoW players moved over after Asmongold moved over.
Moved over to where?
Killer Tay, let me say
moved over to Final Fantasy because WoW was fucking being bullshit, and he took half all of his followers on top of fucking half of the other fucking people that was left on fucking WoW with him.
Hey, Killer Tay, let me say this.
That's crazy.
I know we're not trying to console war right now. I know we're not trying to console war right now, but I keep coming back to the same question. Like in my head, what first party JRPGs are in the top for PlayStation?
Final Fantasy. He
said first party, but we're not talking about PlayStation though.
No, because I can play Final Fantasy on my Xbox. There's a couple I can't. But what I'm saying is we're talking about PlayStation, right? And the consistency they deliver. To me, PlayStation has always been the king of third party. I don't care if you're looking at Silent Hill, Metal Gear.
What about first party, son?
First party started at the end of the PS3 generation where they fucking took
don't
off.
argue with them.
Huh? Hey, I said it that. All right, name
so
some PS.
So you're saying that the king of first party only kicked off after the PS3 is what you're saying?
No. At the back end of PS3. Back end of PS3.
It wasn't back end. It was during. It was during.
So we can say PS3 era, right?
So we're not going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 1 on PS1.
Metal Gear Solid 1, they're not Sony.
PS1. That's not Sony. That's not Sony.
Yeah, that's not Sony.
Come on, Capo, name some PlayStation.
It's pretty much going to be Sony, y'all. Stop. Come on, stop that shit.
No, Capo.
No, I got to say this, Ken. You got to, come on, man. You got to stop the cat. Stop the cat. Stop the cat.
It's still a third-party publisher.
I know what it is, y'all. I'm just fucking around. Y'all niggas
got a fitted Capo right now. God damn.
Who, me?
No, he's talking about me.
No, Sony did this, though. They were actually working with some of the people to get these games out, but that's still not theirs, though.
Yeah, we do realize that Final Fantasy was on Nintendo before PlayStation.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
We do realize that PlayStation paid to have that exclusive away from Nintendo, right?
Yes and no. They didn't. They helped. They funded a lot, so it went hand in hand.
Yeah, no, but it's documented in there.
God of War was on PS2, and niggas ain't talking about God of War like they talking about
God of War 2. God of War 2 wasn't it was cool, but it wasn't what it is today. What it is today is a completely different monster. I played God of War 2.
All right.
Listen,
Silky. Those first 3 God of War games
get your man's
the reason why they gave it a chance to go back to the franchise, bro.
So
the only reason why they
disregarding the PS2 like it wasn't nothing.
We gotta hold on.
Silky, you might be tripping about the first 3 God of Wars because nobody even played. The first 2 God of Wars, them shits were fire for that time frame.
Yeah,
during that time frame, them shits were heat.
Yeah, like you had Twisted Metal. You had a bunch of first party games.
Killer, I'm not saying they weren't. What I'm saying is they're not on the same level as God of War 2018.
Well, of course, they done perfected their craft.
Right, exactly.
Not even that. Y'all gotta understand.
Most games are way better than what they used to be.
Time out. When you say on the level, what do you mean by that?
Listen, hold on.
On the same caliber. On the same caliber.
They not even. If you look at the systems and the mechanics and the engine of the game, is not. Those are 2 completely different games. They have the same title, but they're 2 completely different games. You feel me?
Like you're saying for that time period, that God of War wasn't banging.
No, I didn't see.
No,
you mix my words. I never said
God of War 2018 is post Uncharted era storytelling, motherfucking combat and all of that shit. You feel me?
When did Uncharted become like it is?
Shit, the PlayStation 3 era.
Gamecast. When did I say PlayStation really took off with this shit?
Oh, it's the PS3 era.
And when I said that, everybody laughed at me, right? I'm waiting
for some evidence.
I was with you on that.
There are plenty of other first party games from PS1 to PS3 though.
No, wait. Pause. Let me add on. I'm seeing what you guys say, Devil Shooter and Dre. I see what you guys are saying.
I'm saying this nigga wrong.
No, I'm saying this. Let me go.
Wrong, but
wait, hold on. He's not wrong. Sony became. Hold on. So Sony became infamous during the PS3. That's like they became super infamous during the PS3. They made some bangers during the PS1. They did what do you call it? Wipeout. That was one of the things. Twisted Metal. That was one of the things. Some of the things that they weren't even owned by Sony until PS2 era. So it's been so long. I can't even remember when they get acquired and if there was Sony or not. But you had Twisted Metal. You had I couldn't say Crash because Naughty Dog wasn't owned by Sony back then, and Insomniac wasn't owned by Sony back then either. So that was like the, and then Tomb Raider did big numbers, but that wasn't owned by Sony either. PlayStation was known by Final Fantasy, Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid, and Gran Turismo. Those were the biggest fucking games back then, and all of them are not owned by Sony. Am I wrong?
No, that was my point. Third party,
you're right.
That's
no, you're right. You're right for sure. But what I was saying,
bro, like
I mean, my memory betrays me, but there are more first-party games like Siphon Filter that are out that came out during those times that were also good games and also really carried Sony. Also, so we can't just say like just because we only remember the popular ones. We got to go back and get a list. Look at all the first-party titles.
PS1 had a huge fucking library.
But this is what I was saying. It's what I'm saying. It was known by the PlayStation was known by third-party developers. Or
okay. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it was known by those.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all.
They made good games. They made good games.
My fault.
But Sony is weird because Sony funded them to make sure that they were what they were.
They stayed on there, correct?
Not just stayed on there. They funded a lot of that shit and allowed for them to because Sony had a hand on making them 3D too. Sony was against 2D games. They did not want to fuck with 2D games.
Yeah. Gamecast also want to point something else.
The Getaway.
Hey, y'all remember at the beginning of the PS3 era,
classic,
right?
By the way,
developing with it, right? Because of the split RAM. Y'all remember
Say that
that,
right? I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
No, I said y'all remember at the beginning of the PS3 era, for the first 3 years, they had trouble developing for it because of the split RAM, correct?
And the cell processor.
The cell processor was the biggest. The cell processor was the biggest fucking.
The biggest issue.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? There was Microsoft actually. This is why competition is good, and you should not have everything as a one. Something needs to be different to play off of each other. So that's what I really want to kind of hammer down, right? Because Microsoft was going to release the original Xbox with 256 megabytes for their entire memory, and Epic was like, "That shit is not going to work. You're going to have to put X. You're going to have to double it." Sony originally had 512, but it was split. And when Microsoft did that random move, it fucked Sony up because Sony had a lot of multitasking on the PS3. And because they threw that fucking wrench in, it fucked their whole plans up. That's why the operating system was like fucking thrashed because of that.
Ninja, what's up, boy?
Yeah, but the point I was trying to make is it took a couple of years, and once the developers got a hold of it, they fucking took off, right? That's in. I said the same.
I have to cut you off. They took off because they was getting their ass beat the fuck up by the competition.
I'm talking about the quality of the PS3 games, though, right? Look at the beginning of the generation compared to the end. It's
hold on. What you were saying? Who's speaking?
I just wanted to say something real quick because I'm really short on time. I just wanted to say I agree with everything you were saying, but when you was talking about PS1 era, you mentioned Gran Turismo. You said that was third party. That's actually first party.
Oh yeah, I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. I didn't mean to say that. I said what they were known for, and I lumped all of it together and didn't clarify it.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
I just wanted to put that.
Let me tell Silky.
Yeah.
I misunderstood the convo about. So that's my fault, cause like you, super right about the PS3 era, because I remember, the PS3 was a game changer as far as the graphical transition from PS2 to PS3, the exclusives, everything, Blu-ray, So I agree with you, cuz.
Now I will say this: Devil Shooter from YouTube, Devil because this is on YouTube as well. Devil Shooter from YouTube says that Square did not like what Nintendo was doing with them fucking cartridges. And that's why it made it easier for them to go on to the Sony platform. A lot of people didn't like that.
It was a lot more expensive. Game like Final Fantasy on a fucking 64-bit cartridge. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't make sense.
It didn't have a lot. It didn't have a lot of memory on there at all. That's number one.
It didn't. So like it was hard for them to like really make Final Fantasy what they wanted it to be on Nintendo. So I can see why they made the transition to PlayStation.
Yep. And it was a lot of people. There's a lot of people like Mark. It was a lot of people like Mark Cerny back then because he was the
by the way.
Was helping him.
Mark Cerny.
Genius. He's a fucking mad scientist.
That dude was OP. That's why he knows what he's doing. Now, here's the thing, right?
That's our Phil Spencer right there.
He don't come close to Phil Spencer.
They're not even the same. They're not even the same animal, man.
So what? But I know what you mean. I don't have any type of Phil Spencer. That just sounds crazy. But I want to say real quick though, we can't compare Sony. Sony's a hardware based company. First of all, unlike Microsoft, so we can't compare Sony's early days without having studios and shit like that till now, and their output with exclusives. They still had a lot of first-party exclusive games on those consoles throughout the years that are synonymous with the console, but it's just not as prevalent because nowadays we have the social media, we have people making a big deal about exclusives, but there were still games on the other consoles that were still begging, to Silky's point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
I just think that Sony has grown a lot over this time, and they still only have 17, 20-some studios. They still don't even have a lot of studios. Like, you'd expect them to have 30, 40 studios by now. Over 20, over 25 plus years.
I don't think they need that many studios.
I don't think they need that many either. But what I'm saying is,
if you got a studio that can make a first person shooter and then turn around and make an RPG that they've never fucking made before, then you got some talent over there. You know.
And look, let me say this to y'all real quick, and I'm a dip, Josh. I'm about to get some sushi, nigga.
All this Japanese talk made you in the mood for some Japanese
food. I'm about to get some sushi and some top.
You better know how to use. You better know how to use.
I know how to use top. Don't start that shit.
You better.
I do.
I got be a spicy tuna roll.
That's my nigga. Nah, but I was gonna say this real quick, man. And me and Josh always talk about this shit. Pause. Is that so we don't know what the PS5 has up their sleeves. Like, they're very quiet on what they're doing, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Hey, can we say this is the quietest that they've ever been?
I will be quiet. I will be quiet too, but I'm gonna pause that. But yeah, that's what you were saying. That's what you were saying. They've been quiet, so we don't quite know what they're doing.
Let me finish real quick too, Josh.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so from what Host has said and Cerny and Ryan, they're basically saying y'all ain't seen shit yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is only the beginning of what's to come. 25 fucking new IPs. Half of those are new. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous.
We ain't seen shit.
That's facts.
But you know what's so crazy?
I don't give a fuck what nobody say on this bitch.
If those 25 IPs take 7 years to come out, that will be a problem.
No,
no. See, Sony.
I disagree, but concepts. We'll see.
So
I disagree, but we'll see though.
Sony has been.
We'll see at least 5 or 6 of those games in the next 2 years.
Oh, it's coming, nigga. Spider-Man 2 next year. That's gonna be fucking
Sony has
crazy.
And Wolverine might drop next year. It might.
Maybe.
But here's the thing. I don't mind.
That shit's not coming out next year.
Probably 2024. I'm saying.
I don't mind spacing out everything because we have. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is gonna be a rough fucking year, man.
It is.
February is fucking rough.
It's gonna be a rough generation. Too.
If you didn't,
it's gonna be a competitive generation this year.
And I'm here. I'm here for it. I am here for it. The last time somebody challenged Sony, they took it. They had nothing. Hold on, wait. They had nothing. They had nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, and they created. They had to dig into the shit that they already owned and force them to do some crazy shit on the PS3 generation.
PSVR 2 was announced
because they had. Well, I'm not counting that because that's a whole different demographic.
No, but what I'm saying is what Sony is doing. We haven't seen a goddamn thing. The PSVR 2 was a fucking. But you add VR to it, and that's a different demographic. What I will say, part of Sony.
I know, but I'm talking about.
How come wasn't this the same story like a couple years ago? Like, Sony's been quiet and just get an Xbox. Like, why do you have Sony niggas who have games right in your face ready to be played still want to know?
No, Jemiah. They're saying that's a good thing at this point. No, he's not talking about. He's not
tripping.
He's saying
that's what Jemiah's talking about.
No, Jemiah is under the impression that they're too quiet. No, he ain't saying that. He's saying that.
No, I'm not saying that. I think
they did do it, but it was they did say that, but they are that was a whole different context with them being quiet the way that they were. That's a whole different context.
What I'm trying to say is that Xbox yeah, we got this coming out. We got this. Yeah, we got this and that. It ain't show that goddamn thing yet.
So I can
they
transition.
talk too fucking much.
So I can
don't have nothing to show for it.
So I can
That's facts. I don't give a fuck.
So I can translate into the second topic, right? I want to say this.
I'm gonna head out. Y'all be easy, man. To be blessed,
yo, be easy, man. Be easy. I'm glad you jumped in.
Go eat that sushi, nigga. Yo, ask the chef, do he care about you in the back?
Fuck you. All right, man. Y'all be easy, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Be easy.
All right, peace.
I'm gonna say this. I will be quiet too, because you never want to know. You will never want your enemy to know what the fuck you're doing. You just don't. You definitely don't want to do that. And I've been saying that
I like that you said that.
And no one talks about how Sony releases like 10 exclusives every year, honestly.
They do. Hold on. What were you saying again?
They stay quiet and they still drop consistently. It's not even like a problem. Every year, 4 or 5 bangers.
That's true. I mean,
it really is, and people need to understand this, right? Because this is what now we're going to segue into the Xbot disease, right? Because I'm gonna say this, right? The whole Activision thing, I didn't get time to talk to you guys about this Activision situation because everyone thought that Sony was dead because of it. I don't want to get too much into it because I think that the horse has been beaten to death. But I will say this: it was a huge acquisition, like I said before. But shut up, Ken. It was a huge acquisition, like I said before. The situation is this, right? You gotta look at why this company was purchased. And I think almost all of the purchases studios, all of those companies needed milk. All of them. They needed help in some way, shape, or form. And that's what was going on.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Mike Ubar and Ron Ferguson worked their way up to high positions in those companies. And now they're back at Microsoft.
Just like that. Just like that. And it is crazy. You gotta look at that shit too. And they probably swayed. They probably swayed the narrative so it can get sold. But here's the thing. Bobby didn't want to sell to Microsoft, as we already heard. They were looking for something bigger, but they wanted to clearly take the heat off of what was going on because it was so bad that Sony removed them from the front page of their PlayStation Store, for which 60% of their sales are coming from. You know what I'm saying? That's how big it was, because it was so volatile. Sony didn't even want to fuck with what do you call it? Quantic Dreams, because all the crazy ass accusations with Quantic Dreams. So they wanted to sell anyway. Call of Duty, if they didn't release Warzone or whatever the fuck that free to play is, it was in a consistent decline. Overwatch is in a consistent decline where they need a sequel. You don't need a sequel for Fortnite or anything else like that because they are prosperous.
Yeah,
you know
I never understood why they even announced an Overwatch 2 type of game. That didn't make sense to me. I was in the space the other day telling people that's never going to come out anyway. Like
they were in the process of making it, and then they had to stop.
There's already tumultuous over there.
I just want Diablo 4. I don't really give a fuck what's going on.
That shit ain't never coming out either, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like Microsoft is the worst at managing companies.
Yeah, bro. It's so much going on.
And that's not even cap. It's not cap. It's not cap. It's not cap. It's not cap. Notice how people are saying shitty things about Microsoft because they have reason to say the shitty things about Microsoft. Nobody's really talking about Nintendo because there's not too much going on with them that is that negative.
Yeah, the only thing negative about Nintendo.
Now, them the ones that announce the game 6 or 7 years before it's even completed.
That's the only thing that's bad about Nintendo. Nintendo take forever to bring out their.
I think that's the main problem with Nintendo. They work.
But that goes to my point though. There's so much bad history with Microsoft. Like the shit that they get is deserving. People are looking at them like, yo, what have you done? They will buy something and cancel that bitch because it didn't work to their liking the way that they wanted. They did it with Mixer. They didn't even let that shit fucking percolate.
They did.
You didn't even let it percolate. They was like, yo, I'm gonna do 1 year of this shit. If this shit don't do good, I'm out. They did it with Nokia. Oh, word.
They did it with Skype as well.
Skype got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? They made that as a team.
That's because, niggas was still using fucking Twitch on their fucking Xbox instead of using fucking Skype.
I know, but they didn't give you. They didn't.
Niggas was still using Twitch.
But whose fault was that? Like you can't just jump into it. No matter how much money you have, can't just.
And then PlayStation jumping out in front because they finna get Discord put on the PlayStation.
And people were like, I've seen the most ridiculous things that happens, and this is how the second topic is going to happen. I don't understand, and Silky, don't get it fucked up. I totally understand why you would be a fan. But I do need to ask you, why are you a fan of Microsoft? And that's not even me being an asshole. Like, what's drawing you to it?
So for me, like those that know me know, like JRPG is not really my thing. So for me, I've always been a fan of shooters. Like I'm into the military shit, I'm into combat shit, that and RPGs, like Western RPGs. And before they weren't exclusive to Xbox, but I could still get them there, so it was no reason to leave. With the PS3 and even the Xbox One generations, like I've always been a fan of Xbox's controller. As we know, PS3 started off rough. If you look at was that Oblivion, you compare that to the Xbox 360 version. Even though the 360 was way underpowered, it ran a lot better because at the time they didn't have a grasp on the hardware of the console. But like I'm an honest dude, so I like I told you earlier, at the end of that generation, PlayStation was killing it, and that carried over to PS4. So if you ask me why I'm an Xbox fan, I'm gonna tell you that they make the type of games that I like. Like Big Sir, I'm pretty sure you've heard me say this plenty of times. I'm a competitive gamer. Like single player games don't really attract me.
Right.
Like if you look at Call of Duty or anything else I bought, you'd be like, damn, he spent 30 minutes on a single player and 52 days on multiplayer. Like I don't do single player. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain that.
You remind me of.
What's up?
Do you mind me of me ask you what state you live in?
Yeah. I'm in California.
You're in California. You remind me of the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, I'm a Cowboys fan. Not at all, bro.
I know, but you remind me of.
Real quick, I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I'm sick of this Cowboys slander, nigga.
Man,
I've never seen so many fucking haters, bro. Niggas hated Cowboys forever.
In the words of Stephen A. Smith, Coon and Ash, what can go wrong will go wrong.
Hey, no, I want to hear what Gamecast has to say though.
Yeah, well, all these other niggas' teams weren't even in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
My team in the playoffs.
Hey, Cowboys still crash though.
Tampa Bay, son.
You was a Florida. You a Florida horse.
Gamecast, were you saying that I'm faithful to a losing team?
They about to lose to the Rams.
I was faithful to them when they was losing too.
Yes,
I was about to lose to the Rams, nigga.
But more so, I will say this: the Eagles have a lot of fucking faith. I mean, more faith than Catholic fucking like Catholic believers. Like the amount of faith. No, Baptists actually. The amount of faith that they have for this fucking team, even though they clearly know that they've been taking L after L after L after L, there's just something about its culture that people like and why they stick to it. They know that there's better teams out there. They could just move over there, but they're attracted to the culture. And I guess that's what's going on. Like the competitive.
No. What it is this. Like if you look at PlayStation, they got their notoriety off single player. Xbox came in and changed multiplayer. Like we can all agree to that, right?
Yeah. I would agree to
that. I would agree to that.
That's facts.
And like I told you, like I'm competitive, bro. If one of my homeboys hit me up right now and was like, yo, let's play rock, paper, scissors, and I got you like, yeah, let's run it. You wanna do push-ups, let's run it. Like I'm super competitive in nature. So playing online, like I'm the type of dude, like my history with gaming started at the arcade. Like way back in the early 90s, before I even had my Dreamcast, before I had my PlayStation, before I had my Sega Saturn or any of that, I was at the arcades, right? So as soon as online came on and I realized I could do that same shit from home, it was a wrap. So that's what attracted me to Xbox.
How much were the arcades back then? $50, 20 cents?
It was a quarter.
25. It was 25 cents.
You said 20 cents. How old is this nigga?
He like 20.
I mean, back then it was like just a quarter was like everything. You could get like a whole sandwich.
Yeah, no, but
it was not that damn deep. Where you living?
You was not that old, nigga.
I wasn't lying.
You get a zebra cake for the
quarter. I can't tell you, so I don't know.
No, you're right. You can't get a.
Hey, Gamecast, I'm gonna be away for a little bit. I'm about to run in the store, but I'll still be listening.
No problem. My whole thing is this: there's a competitive scene on PlayStation, but I guess, like I said before, if you grew up there, I got some fucking family members in Philly. Out of all the shooting and all the deaths and car theft and everything, them motherfuckers still want to be over there. I don't know. I'm just a part of it. Nigga, if you don't get your ass out of there before you get killed, well, that's all it is. You grew up there. I guess that's where the tribalism comes from. Like I said before, I believe Microsoft started this mine is better than yours. You know what I mean? Because they had to compensate for not being a new kid on the block. But let's get into a second topic. Yeah.
You know what Stockholm Syndrome is? Stockholm Syndrome?
Yep, I do.
Is that how you say it? Stockholm Syndrome?
Stockholm, yep.
Yeah, I think they're suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. It's just...
Knight, Knight, just join in.
Yo, niggas can like whatever they want to like. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even give a fuck.
You're right.
No, it's just the reason why I like Xbox is because that's the first system I ever bought using my own money that I used to hustle with back in the day when I was hustling. So, that's just, I just wanted an Xbox back then.
Yeah, I had the first Xbox. That shit was fucking amazing. Like, I
remember
playing Morrowind on that shit.
Because my brother, he had the PS3 and shit, and I played PS3 too, but
there was no competitive edge to the PS3, yo. I ain't gonna hold you.
This my Xbox, nigga.
I mean, this might sound funny, but I really didn't start playing PlayStation like that until PlayStation Home came out. Because that was like one of the best things that ever came out to me.
They gotta bring that shit back.
I can't believe. I can't believe.
Used to be in a little lobby lunching and shit. They used to like that.
Yo, wait, what's that song? What's that song called? Bend over and lean and let your chain swing. Yo, that shit was fire, yo.
Y'all think this is weirdo. like,
that shit
out of here.
No, yo, they had a song.
That shit dead, nigga.
They had a song
weirdos
called,
gonna be hanging out with other weirdos on that shit.
Yo, they had a song called "Frontin'." I'm gonna send you that shit on Twitter. That song was so fire. It was so fire. It was just an instrumental with a classical piano, yo. I even rock that shit when I be working out, yo. I'll be like, ooh, I need this. It's like, it was a really nice culture, but the PS3 was never known for competition. It was known for casual, you dabble here and there, just more genres. And then they started to, even though, like I said, Devil Shooter said that Warhawk was fucking beast. But
that Killzone too, brother. That Killzone too, brother.
I remember this, right? Let me say this. I'll never forget this shit, right? First of all, the graphics were insane. And I always like Killzone over any really shooter. The reason why is because of it's sci-fi, but it's realist. It's like more grounded in reality sci-fi. They still use ballistic weapons and shit like that, bullets. But I remember playing multiplayer, right? And they had 32 players. And what they did, because they didn't have cross game chat, because they didn't have the memory to allow for it to happen, right? But they had in-game proximity chat, and you could squad up with 4 people, right? And you can always hear your team, but you can also hear the other team. And it was based off of proximity. The closer you got, right, the louder they got. So I remember
chat is lit.
Yo, I remember killing somebody as a sniper. Like if you play Killzone 2, you can become invisible, but their invisibility was really weird. It was cool as shit. It wasn't like you look like glass. You look like almost like specks. And the more you move, the bigger the specks will be. So I remember killing one person. They was like, yo, he just fucking died. Yo, you could hear him. They was like, yo, he just fucking died.
Yo, I remember that.
They was like, where is he? Yo, and then I walked up to that motherfucker and meleeed that bitch. Yo, they was like, yo, what the fuck? And he finally caught me. He killed me and he downed me. Just like what do you call it?
You remember when there was like 30 niggas in a hallway? You just hear.
Oh yeah, just helmets, blood, and flash with muzzle flash and shadows. That's all you saw. That shit looked great, like strobe lights. So I remember I got downed by the enemy. And the guy was like, yeah, he was like, fuck you, man. And I'm sitting on the ground and I could get revived or finished off. I killed. And I'm sitting there, he on the side, rocking back and forth. I was like, yo, do what you gotta do, you bitch. Do what you gotta. He shot me. And I just instantly stopped talking because, cut off the proximity chat. I will never fucking forget that, yo. That was some Scarface shit, yo. I was popping shit and was downed by the enemy. Still popping shit. Motherfucker was mad as shit, yo. I was like, that's why I got most of your fucking team. Do what you gotta fucking do.
To be honest.
If they can do Killzone 2, you know what's funny too? I was talking to Ken.
Oh my god. It's gonna be more.
They need to be more like Killzone 2 than any of the other Killzones. But me and Crypto Kid was talking about this shit, right? And he was like, the controls for Killzone sucked. It was fucking shitty. It was shitty. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Ain't that damn bad.
Controls for the first one sucked. The controls for the first one sucked. But
I want you to hear why he said it sucked. This whole time he played Killzone, he said he didn't finish it, right? He's a fan of PlayStation. But he said he played Killzone the whole time, yo, right? Cool. It turns out that in order for him to aim, he was aiming down sights only.
What?
Every time he would shoot, just like Call of Duty, he would pull up the aim assist. And it was not aim assist, it would pull up the down the sights. And you couldn't move fast. So that's why he said the controls sucked. I said, bro, they wanted it a little bit more realistic. They wanted you to shoot from the hip unless they were from a distance. That's the only time you really should be aiming down sights anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the first one was the only one that had shitty controls, but the first one was good too.
The first one was a prototype of what they were going to do, but that's what ended up happening to him. He was like, oh shit, I didn't know. I said, and just to let you know, aim assist was on in Call of Duty. When you brought up, that's why I was like, that's not a competitive game. When you bring up the down the sights, it automatically locks it to another character or to your enemy.
Yeah, that's what the motherfuckers do, quick scoping.
Yeah, you're not doing that shit. It's a reflex.
Let's not get started on console niggas using aim assist and thinking they're fucking amazing.
And you go on PC and get fucking wrecked open. So, anyway, we should go on to the second topic. The second topic is the disease of Xbots. Killzone 2 had a weird dead zone. Controllers had a hard time aiming. It was definitely hard, but I think that was the controller that was shooter. The controller kind of fucked that whole shit up, if you ask me. And look what we have here. We have Psycho Frog. He says, oh, God, more people get it okay. More people get it okay. A game and not be forced to buy a piece of plastic they barely use. Oh, the humanity. Anyone that thinks like this is a fake gamer and is a gatekeeper. Stop holding back gaming, he says. Let me read that again. That shit look crazy. So he says, my space is essentially, oh God, more people get it. Okay, a game and not be forced to buy a piece of plastic. I don't know what the fuck that means, y'all. Do y'all know what that shit means?
I have no clue what the fuck this thing talking about.
He says essentially, he is a Psycho Froggy. He says essentially what this space is, what mine is. Oh God, more people get it. Okay, a game and not be forced to buy a piece of plastic they barely use. Oh, the humanity. Anyone that thinks like this is a fake gamer. So I guess
who's forced to do what now?
I don't know.
I don't understand what the fuck the shit he's trying to say. I don't understand what he's trying to say. Like, people are being forced to get a game.
I don't think he knows what he was trying to say.
Tell that nigga to rewrite that shit in English, nigga. Then come at us, nigga.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna need that in English.
So it might be Josh. You know, he on a med, so he reading kind of slow.
Shut your ass up. Bro, my brain was literally trying to it was literally trying to autocorrect this shit on the fly, yo, and I couldn't make sense of what that meant.
That motherfucker got 6 booster shots yesterday.
Niggas Harlem shaking and shit. So I have a couple of things to say about the sickness that is the Xbox or Xbots, right? So here's the thing, right? Let's go to some of the reasoning that I had here. over impatient fire. He says, I already have that food block, which means he must be a troll. I don't know who the fuck he is impatient, man. It didn't sound like any coherent English I've ever seen. Like throwing words together. So from what I see here, when the acquisition happened, right, there were a whole bunch of Xbox fans that were gloating at the prospect of PlayStation not getting Call of Duty. These very people do not play games. I know that for a fact. And let me just be grounded in reality for a second. They don't play Call of Duty. Call of Duty players care about Call of Duty, and they don't really care about the console necessarily. They just don't. I mean, they're Call of Duty fans, not Xbox or PlayStation fans. You know what I mean? They may have a console for, Netflix or whatever the case is, but like, that's what you get. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, are we championing forced exclusivity? I have it on my console, so therefore it's a W. Do you realize that you always had this fucking game? Let's say that they did take it away from Sony.
Exactly.
You were gonna have it regardless.
Now you don't have it anymore. Now,
that's fucked up, for real. Oh, you don't have it. That's fucking stupid, honestly.
That's what you cared about? That W? That's the W that you cared about? You're not gaining anything from this acquisition. You didn't gain anything for buying an Xbox.
I mean, they might gain something. They might, after buying this, getting this acquisition, they might come out. All 4 studios might not be making fucking Call of Duty anymore. They might just leave it at 2, and the other 2 fucking studios might do something else. I mean, they might get brand new exclusives out of this motherfucker, and those might stay on Xbox and not go to PlayStation. That's the only thing I can say.
Nigga, that would be a fucking miracle, nigga.
The problem here is that they don't care. They don't play the game. I have somebody on my friends list. I know him personally. Not friends list, but the Twitter, whatever the fuck it is. He's following me.
Stop eating booty and, do the podcast. Goddamn. I'm full of booty.
It's fucking pineapple. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, they don't play the games. So that means that you're hyped because because another console is not getting it that you do not like. That's not the narrative that PlayStation gamers were running. Most people are arguing day in and day out don't play games. You're right, that was true. They don't even play games in general. And of course, that's just generalization. But another thing, all they care about is numbers. Do you guys realize that shit? Engagement numbers. How many fucking subscribers that Game Pass has, but don't even use Game Pass. How much money Microsoft had. They spent X amount of dollars, billions of dollars on this, but then nothing's to show for it. Did you guys see the new Starfield interactive art, whatever the fuck that was? Did y'all see that?
Over concept art and shit.
A concept art that has some animation.
The concept art as well. Like, you don't know nothing about it, but it's okay. I mean, you like what you like. It's all good, but
I'm not mad, but it's just weird. It's weird to me, man. And then they're like, well, and then here's, the phrase that Phil Spencer said about it going, that he was like, we have the desire. So they have the desire. That doesn't mean it's going. All you're going to get is Warzone, and that's it. We're going to get Call of Duty on Game Pass. If you think
I've seen a motherfucker saying that shit. These niggas are stupid as fuck if they thinking that Call of Duty, one of fucking Activision Blizzard's fucking best-selling fucking shooters.
Man, it's their only cash cow, goddammit. That's the only game they making money off of. You think they
that's shit's gonna stay fucking multiplat, just like fucking Overwatch. They might get an exclusive Diablo game, but other than that, all that shit is still gonna stay on fucking PlayStation 2. I don't know what these motherfuckers championing and fooling themselves with. Because
the problem here is, anybody that goes against this sentimentality is people ingesting copious amounts of copium. That's what's happening. They think that niggas is crying for Call of Duty. Don't you realize that a lot of fans or fanatics of PlayStation don't really play Call of Duty? You realize it's a casual market. They may play a little bit here and there, but they're not there for Call of Duty. So if they just disappear and Thanos disappeared, and they wouldn't care too much. It's the prospect of Microsoft or Sony losing money and how would that affect their bottom line is what they really care about. But ultimately, if Microsoft were to make that exclusive, you're going to piss off a lot of fucking people that bought a console that's not going to be on anymore because they have other reasons why they were going to the console.
What other games does Activision publish, like that are actually like popular?
Good.
On console.
They published a Tenchu game. I think it was Wrath of Heavens.
They also own Crash and Spyro.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you got instant fucking Crash fans and Spyro fans. I can't wait to play I can't wait to play a Smash Brothers version. We're gonna have Crash Bandicoot, fight Master Chief.
I'm thinking to myself, like, why does niggas want another copy? I mean, fucking the PlayStation one was cool, but that shit was no Smash.
Not at all.
Why would the niggas want a copy of games that's already out? Why don't they want fucking shit that's new?
Or better yet, that's relevant. Crash is no longer relevant. You don't understand. We took Crash from you. It only took you, 25 years.
Yes, niggas don't even play Crash.
Hold on, hey, Gangcast, let me add to that, bro. They was on here bragging about Spyro being exclusive.
What's going on, Brian?
Spyro, y'all have never played Spyro again. I'm like, Spyro, bro, really? Spyro. Out of all games, you talking about Spyro.
But this space is about copium, right?
Yeah, bro. Do you really think we give a fuck about a Spyro?
I'm saying,
you don't understand, yo. Oh my god, we get
Spyro the Dragon, my guy.
We're gonna get Tony Hawk.
We getting Crash Bandicoot. We getting one of y'all most popular IPs. We getting Crash Bandicoot.
It is kind of funny that fucking Crash was a fucking the starting fucking mascot of PlayStation, and now that motherfucker is owned by the competitor.
But what's even funnier about that is, bro, they haven't been a solid mascot for Sony in about 10 years.
I understand that.
Probably longer than that.
He was a mascot for Sony, but this shit's still kind of funny.
It wasn't really Crash was the competitor of Nintendo. Because Microsoft didn't even exist back then.
Crash was still
they needed something to compete with Super Mario.
And they ran that into the ground. Activision ran that into the ground. They ran that all the way into the ground. Crash Bash was like the last good Crash, and that wasn't that good. And then it was Sony that funded that remake with Activision and try to give some kind of relevance to it. Other than that, they're talking about, so we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yo, that's crazy. Word.
Bro, that shit is not going exclusive.
Even if it is, let me take a look here. It says there's a lot of shooters on PlayStation, and people would just keep buying the last Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. There's people that still plays Modern Warfare 2 on the PlayStation 3.
Man, there's people that still playing Black Ops 3, man.
You know what else it says? Some of these motherfuckers, every time, this is a disease too, right? On the PlayStation side. It's not all PlayStation guys, but it's some of them. Every time Microsoft get an acquisition of somebody that usually put out fucking multi-class, right? They say, well, I haven't played that motherfucker in I don't know how long. So who cares if they got it? But if you look at you ask them what they got their PSN is, or their motherfucking gamer tag, and the last game that came out is the last fucking thing they played.
I haven't seen that. I mean, honestly, I'm not saying that you didn't, but I didn't see that shit.
I've seen that shit, dude. Especially with this Call of Duty shit. Niggas are always talking shit about Call of Duty. And then when Microsoft buys fucking Activision and niggas are like, oh, I ain't played that shit I don't know how long. And then you look on their goddamn Twitter, they got fucking videos of goddamn Call of Duty Vanguard. The last one came out, but you ain't played that shit or bought one in a long ass time.
But you also got to realize too, because Call of Duty has been out for a long time, niggas have children that's be borrowing their consoles.
I want to hear that children shit.
I'm just saying. If you want to look at all aspects,
definitely possible.
Because I know some people that have like fucking Minecraft. They're like, I never played that shit, but my kid plays it.
I don't want to hear that shit.
It's encroaching on your fanboyism is what's going to happen. That's what this is.
It's an excuse.
That's what this is a late. So, that's what I understand. The sickness to me is that you guys play fucking numbers. They play numbers over games. Even
how
if
many
you're
games did this sell? How many people still playing this game?
You don't understand. 8 million people was playing Forza 5 or 7 or whatever the fuck it is.
Forza? No one's talking about it no more. They don't even talk about it.
Hey, Forza Halo.
They are dead silent on Halo. Nobody talks about
it. They don't even want to show it. And then the funny thing is, I said this shit my last fucking podcast. $70 billion, you couldn't make Halo work. But you had $70 billion just chilling, right?
They could have bought GTA, honestly. I don't understand why
that would have been but the thing is, Microsoft only buys people that are hurting. That's the only thing that they buy. They look for a weakness and they exploit it. That's the only way they were able to get it. And
I guess they're gonna buy Sony. I guess they're gonna buy Sony next.
No, he's being facetious. But like, Forza 5 did 5 million.
That's gonna be funny as hell. Microsoft pull up with another tweet. Yeah, I would like to welcome Sony PlayStation to the fold of fucking Xbox Studios. That's really funny as hell.
That shit would be, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. The whole fanboy in me would be like, I'm getting rid of this PS5. I'm getting rid of this shit, yo.
Switch only.
I'll be like, I'm just gonna not play games. Where my guitar at? I've been wanting to play this guitar for years, man. It's damn enough time. Let me get ready. Let me sign up for some guitar lessons and shit. I will be done with console gaming if that shit happens. But I just don't understand, honestly.
Chess after.
I know, right? Oh, here we go. I knew you had bad takes. I didn't know you couldn't read them. Rest in peace, sir.
What up?
Who is this? Who is this Psycho dude? This Psycho Froggy?
Is he in the space?
I don't know. The motherfucker is incognito. If he is,
no, I don't know. I don't see no Psycho Froggy.
Yeah, that's
post it up here so we can see it.
Yeah, actually, I forgot I could do that. Hold on for a minute. Let everybody. Let's share it. Fucking retarded dude, man. It should be at the top of the spaces, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, my dude? Like, what English is this? Y'all gotta see it?
No, not yet.
Spaces, man. Come on, bitch. Let me see here. Tweet shared in your space. Oh, there you go. It popped up. It's just slow as shit.
What type of old English is this?
Essentially, what this space is. Oh, God. More people get it. Okay? More people get it, okay? The game and not... What? Nigga, let's make my brain hurt. Hold up. More people get it, okay? A game and not be forced
Hey, the man said, I know you had bad text, but I didn't know you couldn't read. R.I.P.
Anyone that thinks this player is a fake gamer, and oh my god, nigga, I feel 2 times how much reading that.
Hold on, let me try to read this, man. Essentially, what this space is, oh God, more people get it. Okay, a game and not be forced to buy a piece of plastic they'll barely use. Oh, the humanity. Okay, yeah, that didn't make any sense. Anyone that thinks like this is a fake gamer and is in fact a gatekeeper corporate fanboy, stop holding gaming back. I mean, he just joined in September. And this could be like one of them fake pages, you know. You never know.
There you go, guys. If you can read that on YouTube, that's what he said. I don't know what the fuck that is. So if you can make some sense out of that, all I'm saying is this: to be very frank, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these Xbox. It's sickening to me. How do you champion gaming and don't play gaming? You play stats and engagements and subscriptions, but you don't play any games.
That is true.
I don't understand that. I can see if you were like a fucking ride or die bitch for fucking Halo, and you had multiple fucking streams.
Not all Xbox dudes are like that. You know what I'm saying? I play games.
Well, that's why I said Xbot. You not an Xbot. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't like. It always like somebody was in my. This is what he. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I can go back and show you motherfuckers what this dude said.
So if you go on my profile, you can see I made a post. I pinned it, and these bots. So I said PlayStation has like black characters, right? They ain't afraid to put black characters on, right? So these bots ended up making it about Xbox. Like if you go in there, you're gonna see it.
Who? What's your name again?
Abdi.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Before I go there, let me show you let me pin another thing. This is the Xbot that I am friends with, right? I shouldn't say friends with because I haven't really spoke to him, y'all. He's not like this in person, but he's like this online. And I never understood like I never got like, I'm like, yo, something be wrong with these motherfucking people, yo. I'm like, there's
gonna share it to the space.
I'm about to share that shit. This is what he says. All right, so there's that. He's under the impression that when Microsoft will purchase Activision when it goes through, that they're going to start making new IPs under the management of Microsoft. I'm like, they don't have any like history of doing that. You know? He says, y'all gotta see it. He says, biggest gaming event
to have. Oh no, I'm sorry, my fault. Go ahead.
No, go on.
Biggest gaming event to have happened ever. That's why, LOL. Warzone free-to-play stays, but single-player Call of Duty will be exclusive like all Bethesda games are going forward. MMOs and free-to-play, if existing already on the platform, will be supported until next version with new management. With new management means new IPs, etc. I don't know about all that because when they already making Starfield before Bethesda was bought, or did they announce that after they were bought?
Supposedly Starfield was in the works. Behind the scenes, they were probably going to give it a release and then say what they were going to say about it. But like the thing is,
that's just not coming out this year. Tell you that right now.
Bro, did y'all hear that shit? They were in the fucking they were in the planning stages.
Planning stages? What you mean?
When they showed the trailer, yo, like they were, I forgot it's alpha. I guess alpha before alpha stages.
So what that mean? They don't even have an engine built for it yet?
Supposedly they didn't have an engine.
Oh damn. Yeah, that might not come out this year.
This is why this year. This is why we don't see.
And it's only January, man. This is why I feel like motherfuckers calling this shit too soon. It's only been a year, and then we only in the second year of this new generation, and it's only January. Y'all calling your cars too fucking soon. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you look at this whole situation, right, and if you just the engine that they showed where the girl had that half-eaten sandwich, they said that that's in engine or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck that means. It could be any fucking engine, but
Right.
either or, right? I've seen really impressive shit that was just a prop for a level and fucking Dreams on PlayStation 4. All it is just a fucking, you know what I'm saying? All it is just some mountains and shit and one character.
Right.
It's not meant to be a real game. So when I see she's the only moving character in the game, that already lets me know that shit is not fucking nowhere close to be done. And we don't have any gameplay. As a matter of fact, we don't even have gameplay for what is it? Hellblade.
That like they said it was like an in-game tech. I don't know. Was it a tech demo or gameplay?
It was a tech demo.
Because some people say it was gameplay.
It's gameplay meaning real time.
Right.
Which is like you don't even know what this game is. The only thing that you can say that this game is based off of the original game. But in terms of what this sequel's about, we have no fucking idea. She threw some fucking javelins and kept it moving. That was it.
It wasn't even javelin. I don't know what the fuck that was.
They just want a Naughty Dog type game for real.
Yo, you just sound jealous, nigga. You
shut up. I need you can't hold it no longer.
And this is and I'm glad that I don't know who said that about the Naughty Dog game. And this is why I tell people all the time,
yes, sir.
I don't even think people understand how much Naughty Dog changed the game with those Uncharted games, because everybody wants a cinematic action game now. Everybody wants to play a cinematic action game now.
Yeah,
Everybody
even Tomb Raider changed up their style.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To where
which was a mistake.
I think Tomb Raider, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like Tomb Raider. I cut it off after it got creepy. So yeah. I personally
I beat all 3 games, and I still like the games, but I don't like the way they changed it so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's bad. It's bad, but like I was saying, man, and people actually got mad at me. Like, what do you mean the gaming industry changed? I'm like, bro, if you look at it, bro, the trajectory from the Uncharted games till now, like most games follow that template. You feel me? Like big cinematic, even third-party publishers.
Well, it's always been that one game that changed the industry, like Resident Evil 4. What game you know that was like that before Resident Evil 4 came out?
True,
and that is true. That one game,
and that is true. And then people I just want people to understand, like, you may not want that type of game, but those type of games are highly sought after because there's a very large market for them. You can tell when they drop those Spider-Mans and those God of Wars and those Ghost of Tsushimas, how well those games sell, to where people want a fucking story. People want to get engaged. People want to feel some type of empathy with the character that they're playing with. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing's wrong. See, what Sony ended up doing is following, and I hate to say it, it is what it is. They followed the fucking Disney template.
And what make it crazy, even the gaming industry, as far as third-party publishers, you see a lot more third-party publishers trying to drop video games with narratives. You know what I'm saying? Look at Square Enix, what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy, or look at what is that studio? Look at Respawn and what they did with Jedi Fallen Order. Everybody wants a cinematic video game.
Good influence, though.
But Square has been doing cinematic games since the beginning, though. Like those cutscenes been legendary forever. You know what I mean? They just couldn't do it. They just wasn't doing it like in real time, like Uncharted was.
And I think that's the difference. You feel me? Like, all of those events you feel like you're a part of now in these video games because Uncharted made it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a cutscene in the video game now is not necessarily just a cutscene. It could be a quick time event, or it could be one of those events to where you got to rapidly press a button or something. Like, a lot of that shit is in a lot of video games nowadays, you know?
That quick time and shit needs to go the fuck away. Like, let's keep it a stat.
I mean, if it's done right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's done right, like on Spider-Man, where you have to point your webs to like a certain part of the screen and then press R1, like shit like that, or
not everybody's using that fucking mechanic, like judgment.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem. Like,
hey,
you have
the other game I was playing.
Hey, y'all never played Rise Son of Rome, and it shows, man.
I played Rise Son of Rome. What are you talking about? That game was fucking amazing.
Yeah, but then you have to point in certain directions when you're shooting arrows. Super cinematic, like everything.
Well, there's plenty of games that are like that before Uncharted.
Well, you do realize you do realize that was 2013 versus 2009.
Yeah, we'll be here all day trying to compare which game came out first. I did that.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like when you look at God of War and stuff like that. Like, yeah, there are other games that were doing it. God of War just did it best. And
where the fuck is my mustard at, bro? Like, this is crazy.
This nigga is always eating.
I just made some fucking bacon cheeseburgers, bro. I'm so ready for. I need my mustard though.
Greedy.
Hey, he said cheeseburgers plural. You eat more than one?
Nigga, I always eat 2 cheeseburgers. Are you crazy? I'm a grown ass man.
You a beast, man. I'm 240 and only eat one.
I'm going to say this, right? Because the first cinematic video game that I've ever played that was in a 3D space was Tomb Raider. The camera angles and everything was fucking cinematic. Nobody was doing that back then.
Yeah.
Like, I think like GTA 3 too was like a different experience for niggas. Like, that shit changed the game of open world games.
Yeah, it was.
Yo, niggas stole my fucking mustard, bro. This is crazy.
Who steals mustard? Hey, something no one's talking about. I'm excited for PlayStation is whatever shooter they come out with next. I'm excited to see what they do.
What, for PlayStation?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I see you, Edward. I fixed it. I don't mind it. Basically, my point is this. Before I go on to the last topic, man, it boils down to I don't understand how you call yourself a gamer and all you do is fucking talk about stock markets and subscriptions and how much somebody was purchased for. And then have a hope and a prayer without any backing. Have so much faith that shit is going to change when Microsoft don't have the history. We were talking about that, Silky. I don't look. You can be a fan of whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But when you start spewing out stupidity, not you, but when someone starts spewing out stupidity, that makes it like, what the fuck is the point of me talking? Like in this situation, like, what's the fuking point? Because you can sit there and say that, like you said, you elegantly told us why you like the place or why you like Xbox. I personally think the reason why is because it's like my family that's in Philadelphia. I don't know if you heard this shit, but like my family's in Philadelphia. They don't want to leave that shitty ass city, yo, because they grew up there. It's just for the people. Motherfuckers getting shot and their cars are getting stripped, and you want to still be there. I would let them motherfuckers stay where they stood and kept it the fuck moving. I'm gonna get the fuck out that damn city. But here they go. They don't want to leave. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily the bad thing. I would say for all the fans of Xbox, you should want more out of your you should want more out of your preference.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, for me, like I was saying earlier, like for me, the reason why I stayed is because if I'd have left, like I wouldn't have been able to get those experiences I was looking for anywhere else.
Which ones?
The multiplayer shooters and all that other shit that I play competitively. Like I play Gears competitively. Like I'm a car dude. Like how you said you like Nissan, I'm a Ford dude. Like, I had a SC. I just recently sold it. Like, work on my car, everything. So, for me, it's a whole nother culture, I guess, like as you put it. But I don't think I could have got that over on PlayStation side.
That's what I was going to say, because there is a competitive, like, see, that's the thing. Sony didn't push it. And the reason why Microsoft pushed multiplayer is for you guys to buy Xbox Live. That's why almost all their games were like that. It was supposed to sell Xbox Live. When in actuality, we had a lot of multiplayer games that were really fucking competent. We had the Killzones. We had the Warhawks. We had even Uncharted was fucking competent. And then The Last of Us, the fucking factions, was some of the best multiplayer out there in general. We had the SOCOM.
Wait. Can we talk about how Microsoft paved the way for online to be fucking charged monthly? And now Nintendo's doing it. PS has been doing it. Everyone's doing it now, except PC.
I think PC would have got hacked if somebody would have tried that on PC. They would have just been like, "Yeah, we're gonna go around that." So that ain't gonna work. When you're in a walled garden like you are with the consoles, you can get away with some shit like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I get it because ultimately Microsoft did pave the way for it, but Microsoft also paved the way for trophies, which a lot of people are now getting into. They also paved the way for just a curated experience. It was a pain in the ass to have different screen names and usernames for PlayStation. When I wanted to play SOCOM and shit like that, I had to create my own thing. Yeah, you had to go to their website. It was like it would take you to like a partial website.
Yeah, like a portal.
Like a portal.
Y'all were down bad back then, early 2000s type shit, huh?
Yeah, that's how it was when you played SOCOM. And if you got past that layer, it was pretty business as usual. You know what I'm saying? But you would have to go to their servers, and then that's how you would connect. Microsoft made it so that all of it was unified, so it would just go through them.
Yeah, also party chat and everything else.
Party chat. I will say this: I'm a little bit here and there with party chat, and the reason why is because I really loved proximity chat. I really love that shit. Like, I feel like some games need to still be proximity chat to this day. You know what I'm saying? I met some really good friends with proximity chat when PlayStation Home was out there, and I'm not sure if Knight is still in this bitch, but when let me see if he is. I didn't
I'm still here playing the game and shit.
Oh yeah. One of my best friends, right, when PlayStation Home was released in 2007, right, and /2008, they had proximity chat for this second home type situation, right? And I remember it was a group of us that was actually talking about Killzone. We were like really talking about Killzone. There was this guy that overheard us talking, and he just kept getting closer and closer to get into the conversation. It just was very organic in terms of what it was. And I think with the SSD for any console, like I think that PlayStation Home should be, or anything like it, should be on every console, to be honest with you. Xbox should have their own variant. Computer already have their own shitty variant, which is the Metaverse. And PlayStation should release their PlayStation Home again. A lot of people bought PS3s just for that one. I think Sony was kind of afraid that I want your niggas to buy games. I don't want you to be stuck on this bitch. You know what I mean?
Playing games and shit all day.
People were on home all day.
I'm talking about the bowling alley.
And PlayStation Home,
day, man.
You met a lot of cool people. You had your own apartment. You can get like the little arcade. You can unlock games by playing a little arcade in the damn little joint. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I got pussy from PlayStation Home.
Hey, Gamecast.
Hey, look.
Please tell us how this went.
Hey, look, I believe you. I booked the girl on there before, cuz. I believe that shit.
So the girl was able to understand me because girls will just see something, right? So I remember I bought an apartment because the apartment that was in the game, you can put your own pictures up there. You can play what's on. You're supposed to be able to play what's on your hard drive and music as well. But with all the copyrights, they had to take that away. But what you could do, they had their own curated videos that you could watch within the apartment. So I would buy my TVs, I would organize it. It was just like a real apartment. Cool. And I would do that when there was no games being released. I would play that. So we were a clique of people, right? And you can have like little games, like you can buy your own pool table within your own apartment and shit like that. And we were just kind of chilling. We were just shooting the shit and how we actually got on PlayStation, what we liked and what we disliked. And this shorty was feeling me. So we all came to my apartment to play pool. And she was like, why you got all these pictures of this dude? I was like, that's me. Just to let you know that I ain't catfishing. Oh, that ain't you. So I got her number because she thought I wasn't me. And I was like, I'll text you. I've sent you a real picture. So anyway, she was like, you from Jersey? I was like, yeah. She was like, I'm from New York. So
you're like, I'm putting gas in the car right now.
So I was like, we were talking and shit like that. We would talk and stuff like that. And one of these days, or one of the days, and she was in Jersey, and we fucked in the car. So, anyways, so that's what happened. I know, but I didn't mean to do it. I wasn't on PlayStation. I was really interested in just the technology. I thought that was really cool. But it's just, you met a lot of cool people, yo. I would love for that shit to come back. I would love for that shit to come back.
Bro, imagine if Sony kept it and used the VR. That would have been Metaverse. Literally, they could have just took over Metaverse.
If Sony would have kept PlayStation at home, they wouldn't have sold any games because y'all didn't people that shit all day doing dumb shit.
Yeah, they knew that shit. They was like, it ain't time yet. That was one of the first console games that had like crazy microtransactions. They had a $15 suit that was gold. And money kept flying out of his fucking pockets. And when anybody saw you have that suit, they were like, you spent $15 for microtransactions? You must be balling. You just wasted money like that.
In this game too, right?
It was movie theaters you can go to. They had like a Central Plaza. Yeah, they had a Central Plaza you can go and you can see. It wasn't like movie, but you could watch movies. They had Resident Evil. I seen Resident Evil, the whole thing. In PlayStation Home, they had this kind of like a G4 situation called Core. They had like 4 or 5 seasons of that shit, yo. So I would just log on to PlayStation Home and, talk to some of my friends. They had games. It was called Sodium. Like they had full-fledged games within this engine. And to be honest with you, I always told this to people. Home was actually, it was what they ended up doing was they wanted to make another Getaway. And Sony didn't greenlight Getaway because of the other 2 games. It was just too expensive. But they did make a Getaway for the PSP, which was multiplayer. And then that led to PlayStation Home because it was almost like a hub-based thing. Which, to be honest with you, if Sony played their fucking cards right.
You're talking about that Gangs of London, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
if Sony would have played their cards right, they would have had GTA that we know of for the Getaway. Totally fucked up on that one. Totally fucked up. They trashed that idea. If they would have gave them a little bit more money, if they were more serious about the gaming, they would have, because you were able to rob banks in the Getaway. You had a whole fucking, what they call it in GTA? The heist. You had a whole heist. You could pick 3 different people. And not only, they weren't the same people. They all had their own individual. Like, you know how GTA had 3 different characters and they all had different special things? They had that shit in Black Monday, the Getaway Black Monday. You had a girl, she was catered to stealth, so she had totally different animations. You had a guy that was good with brawling, and you had a police officer that was good with his guns. They already had that shit there. They had all that shit there and didn't even use it. Management was shitty for PlayStation. Just saying. So, last topic I want to talk about, this is going to be quick because, I understand that everybody got shit to do, but I wanted to say it kind of ties into everything. And the last topic is do you guys realize how sensitive people are on the line right now? Like how people get in their feelings like really easily?
Yep.
Like, when did this happen where you couldn't even have your own opinion and you start getting butthurt?
When niggas started console slaving.
I some of the shit that I see is like, why the fuck you about to cry?
Every time.
Are you talking about in gaming or in general?
In general. But here's one of the things that I saw. Well, I was like, what the fuck is wrong? Here's what somebody said, which was ridiculous, right? This is a fan. This is an Xbox fan. He says Sony was trying to deal a death blow to Xbox with those Bethesda deals, negotiating exclusivity for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, while Halo Infinite was getting destroyed by the Craig meme. Buying Bethesda the day before the next generation console pre-order flipped the script. A lot of personal viewpoints on there too, and it's in general. So let's talk about in general. I remember when I used to work at a bank, it was a lot of women like I wouldn't suggest it now, but there were a lot of women in these particular call center spaces. And they were like some of the things that you could get away with back then, you would be locked the fuck up now. And I don't mean like you were saying something lewd. I'm talking about motherfuckers was fucking in the parking lot. Employees was doing that shit in the bathrooms. And all you get is a slap on the wrist. Like, don't do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? That was all you get. Now you get fucking rape charges if you do some shit like that. If she don't like you no more. You know what I'm saying? His
where
dick.
The fuck did you work?
It was a real well-known bake on the East Coast. Put it that way. I mean, the sex wasn't even that good. So you know, I went to HR and said he touched me. Fuck that shit, yo. He gonna have to go. I'm like, the fuck?
That's why you never shit where you eat, man. That's niggas. That's 101, nigga.
This girl was showing her titties to her managers, her superiors, right?
I would have reported her ass.
Here's the thing. Word got around that she showed it, right? And they traced the text messages back and fired both of those managers. Gave it about a month.
Exactly.
Gave it about a month and then fired her for some arbitrary reason. They ain't want her there either.
Yeah, that's still standard.
And I'm like, okay, cool. But even saying some of the things that you can say, like you could be like, man, my friend, we worked at Lowe's, right? The home improvement store.
Yeah, I got you.
And it was a gay guy. He kept touching his ass all the time, yo. Like, find stupid reason to keep touching him. Like, real sexual harassment shit.
But your friend was touching the dude's ass?
No. He was getting his ass touched by the gay dude.
Okay.
Just fucking around with him, right? And he was like, man, this dude's really gay, man. Like, I can't do it. He went to HR and got him fired. He worked there for like 6 years. My friend worked at Lowe's for 6 years and got fired. Because he said gay. Which he
like
was.
The gay guy touched me, you're like, whoa.
Yo,
whoa.
This is what happens. The nigga touched me the first time. I'm like, oh, yo, chill out, bro. Like, it is all about that. Second time, I'm choking his ass to death. That's it. That was going to happen.
And now, if you look at this now, you can't even say shit on social media. Like, nothing. You got to be extra careful about what you say. Niggas on Twitter getting banned for just alluding to shit. You would be just like, yo, I kind of want a normal family where there's a husband and wife and a son or a daughter. Banned. Suspended.
No, you could say you don't want your kids learning about same-sex, type stuff, and then it's controversial. Like, you actually get banned.
Banned.
That's because the younger generation is too damn soft, man.
Yo, bro, tenderloins. That's what the fuck they are. There's a bunch of tenderloin motherfuckers, yo. I have never seen such sensitivity, man. Like, and then they always want to be right about shit. Like, they always want to, like, justice. They always want to be social justice. Like, it was a video going around on Twitter, right? And a guy stole a motorcycle. If anybody want to see that shit, I'll DM him. This shit was terrible. He stole a motorcycle, right? And the helicopter was just looking at him. No cop was chasing him or nothing, yo. He was just looking at him ride 90 miles an hour, yo. And they were like, I don't know what the guy is doing. I mean, he's kind of risky. And the motherfucker hit a car and flew up in the air, died instantly. Right? Why y'all laughing? That's terrible.
That's the internet nowadays. You just desensitized to everything. You just laugh at it. It's messed up.
They played the fucking Grand Theft Auto sound effect. Boom. I was like, don't do that. Oh, that's awful. They said, look at them graphics. GTA 6 looking fire. Oh, man. Yo, they fucking terrible.
Fucked up nowadays. People just be laughing at death like it's nothing. Like, they don't care.
Like it's nothing.
And that's the funny. I remember back when like ogres.com, rotten.com and shit, like Niggas been watching niggas get face blown off since I was a child.
Bro, I evaded that shit. Yo, I dodged all that shit like the Matrix. I ain't want to see not a motherfucking thing about that shit. Absolutely not.
But at the end of the day, I mean, like the dude said he was watching like them little websites. I know what websites you're talking about. Because trust me, you gotta, because living in the hood, you gotta prepare yourself for shit like that. Because you gonna see shit like that. This lady got killed out front. This lady just got. Yeah, I can.
Oh, my app is fucking not working. It's about to close.
Yeah, this lady got killed right out in front of my house. In front of her kid. Her kid was sitting in the back seat.
She got shot?
Yeah.
Oh, you grew up in Detroit, huh?
No. I'm from North Carolina, but I live in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's a D.C. shit.
Yeah, here Washington's rough,
you know,
too.
You know what I'm saying?
I went through DC. I went through DC. I was like, I was going to be like CC and keep on driving, man. I said, nope.
hey, look. You can walk right across the street and niggas be beefing with each other, man. I'm trying to... It's crazy, man.
It's bad. It's bad. If I were you, I would get the fuck out that damn state, man. All of it.
Yeah, get out of anywhere you can't thrive, man.
Ain't even worth it, man. That shit gonna hold you down.
Look, I keep trying to go back to North Carolina, but my wife don't want to go.
Pick her ass up and move it along, man. Just pick her up.
Either do that or tell you gonna find a new wife in North Carolina.
I'm being serious, yo, because like this guy, I'm gonna tell you something. This guy was asleep in his fucking bed, and somebody was just shooting guns. He got killed in his fucking bed, just casually. Wasn't even meant for him. So straight bullet hit him.
Yeah, man, that's why I never live in Chicago or any of that wild shit.
You know what I mean? That's not being you gotta be tough, man. It ain't even worth that shit, yo. It's really not to be trying to prove your toughness, just to die, yo. Like that one dude, there was a rapper, he got shot too, and his pictures got leaked online.
King Von?
I forgot which one it was, man.
You talking about Young Dolph?
I don't know what it was. It was like maybe a year ago, man, or maybe 2 years ago.
Right?
King Von, King Von.
Yeah, his pictures got
on the thing. I saw
on the table.
I wish I didn't see that, to be honest.
I did not want to see that shit, yo. And then like he had mad staples because I guess they took it. I was like, oh man, I don't like.
They did an autopsy on him, so they gotta put him. They gotta staple you back up.
No, I know that, but I don't want to see that, man.
You don't want to see that shit, yeah.
And I mean, call me a bitch or whatever. I don't want to see that shit. It was like there was some, like, okay, it's going to be dark by saying this, and I think I told Jemiah about this. Like, my mom, she died from leukemia when I was 4. Right, this is 89, and we had to do the whole viewing thing. It was an open casket, obviously, because she didn't have any mutilation, or whatever. Had her hands crossed. And when I was 4 years old, I was always inquisitive, so I didn't grasp what death was, right? So I reached up there. I knew that she wasn't animated or she wasn't her. I don't know how to quantify it. But I took her hand and they let me do that shit too. I took her hand and then it was kind of like heavy. And I dropped it and her hand hit her chest and it sounded completely empty. And I freaked out. I didn't cry, but I couldn't breathe. So they had to rush me out of the thing. And from that point on, I can't do the whole death thing. Can't do it. I can't do it, man. I didn't even want to see the motorcycle thing, man. That motherfucker. Yeah.
Are you an organ donor? Because, that's going to happen to you if you're an organ donor. So just take...
I would be dead. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even know.
Hey, Abby, it's going to happen to everybody, organ donor or not. They're not going to bury you with your organs.
Yeah, they're not, the period. You know what I figured out too? I visited that same friend.
That's crazy if that's true.
No, I want you to hear something. A lot of missing cases in the United States, man. Niggas is getting kidnapped and killed and their organs are getting sold. Period. Mm-hmm. And you want to know something? I was walking down the street. I'm pretty fit. This fucking Mexican. I'm sorry, everybody probably too sensitive for this shit. My bad.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds racist, but keep going.
But he was Mexican though. I don't know what else to say. He pulled. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. He pulled over. He was like, "Hey, And he kept waving with his fucking white van that was dirty. What you need, fam? Come here. What you need, bro? Come here. Nah, I'm good, homie. Keep it moving. And he drove off. That would have been the end of my ass if I was an idiot.
Yeah, I almost got kidnapped once. It was me and my cousin Bobby and my cousin Cameo. We were walking to Walmart. We're walking and a station wagon pulled up and there was two dudes in the car. One dude had a pizza box in his lap, but he had his hand inside the pizza box. And they're like, hey, where you guys going? We're like, oh, we're going to Walmart. And keep in mind, it's like maybe 200 yards from where we're at by this point. All we got to do is cut through a field and then cross the street. That's it. And they're like, oh, get in. We'll give you a ride. I was like, no, I'm good. And we're like, no, we're okay. And they're like, why not? We're like, oh, our uncle's right there. And because it was just a random car at this bowling alley that's maybe 50 feet from us. And then the guy at the pizza box kept trying to get us to get in the car. And then the driver was like, no. He was like, no. Then they just like peeled off and took off fast. And then like maybe a month later, they got arrested like 2 towns over trying to kidnap somebody.
You gotta understand.
Nah, man. One time when I was going to the mall, some lady tried to kidnap me, so I was like, hell no, I ain't about to go with your ass. She kept trying to wave at me and get in the car.
I apologize, man.
No,
I didn't even see you. I didn't even see you. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, what's up,
What's going on? Hey, I got a story too. So,
yeah, go on.
One time, me and a buddy of mine, we was just hanging out at the mall and everything. Just came from this movie, and his van pulled up right in front of me, and it had like 8 big booty chicks in there. They reached out, grabbed me, had their way with me for like the whole weekend, and then dumped me in front of my house.
Ain't no way, man. Stop that. Stop this.
Motherfucker.
Stop.
My bad.
Hey, look, you know you like the nigga. You know you like.
Oh, believe me, I definitely would have. I'm a big game hunter, bro. Big game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean down there? Yeah, see?
This motherfucker said big game hunter.
That's right, bro.
Some bang bus type shit.
Hey, y'all ever had a teacher that looked banging, and I just wanted her to just give me the prospect, yo. Be like, I need to be homeschooled.
Yes, I had 2.
I wish, man. I wish. And you ever hear them little kids talk about what they be saying? They be telling, oh, guess what? Mrs. White, she sucked my dick. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Be quiet.
But you know, kids, man, they always gotta be part of the conversation or whatever.
Absolutely not. It would have been between me and her,
absolutely.
Yo. Me and her, yo. I wouldn't have told nobody, yo. Nobody.
We had this conversation before another space, and I was talking about how it's creepy for a dude to try to holler at an 18-year-old, right? If he's like 35, 40, right? But it was funny because it's a double standard, because when I was that age, I was trying to holler at chicks that age. So somebody jumped in and was like, yo, man, that's kind of like double standard. I said, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, what else you want me to say? Yeah. You know what I mean? I said, if I would have hollered at her, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have told her my real age. Duh. And secondly, listen, old head chicks, man, they sexy as I don't know what. And you can't tell me that wouldn't still feel good to this very day.
I'm going to say this, right? Because the women nowadays, see, you remember I was saying
they know what I'm talking about. Right.
You got, everybody being sensitive, right? So if you say that a girl is fat, that's offensive, even though she could be 400 pounds.
Wait. Are you from Baltimore?
Offensive.
You from Baltimore?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because instead of saying thick, I was told today that they say fat.
Yeah, they used to back in the days. PHAT.
Nah, fat even when I was growing up was like something cool or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't describing a chick.
How old are you?
Oh, well, okay, bro. My fault.
Wait, how old are you?
Nah, listen. We not going to make this about me.
This is all about you, man. This is all about you. I'm a guest inside your house.
Why are you scared of this dude? No, I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say a lot of women nowadays, a lot of people in general don't take care of themselves at all. At all. So when I say the word fat, I mean it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean obese.
Nah, that's 100%.
Hey, speaking of that, hey, Gamecast, man, your next profile picture, man, you gotta put a shirt on for it, man. This is too much.
Absolutely not.
You done switched to 3 photos and they ain't had a single t-shirt.
Yo,
absolutely not, man. You can't look.
I saw the profile picture. I was like, ain't real.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not responsible for whatever hormones going on with you, man. That's not for you.
Yeah. Silky, don't make him feel uncomfortable, man.
Man, this is for you too sensitive, man. Silky, you too sensitive.
Like, bro, it's just us in here. It is just us.
You're just too sensitive.
Switch that when you go into your demon time.
If I happen chance, and when I make one of these spaces, I'm an equal opportunity, yo. The opportunity arises from anywhere. I'm taking the opportunity.
I ain't mad at that.
If a chick comes up in there and she be like, yo, what your name is? It's just
if she speak like that, don't talk to her, bro.
Oh no.
Listen. If she talk like that, that's not wife material. We could chill and whatnot. I had to say whatnot again. And that's just how it goes,
It ain't no problem. Look,
you know who Gamecast remind me of, bro? Y'all remember the movie with Bruce Leroy?
Yeah. Oh God. Come on, man.
I'm gonna say this, right? Back in my day, man.
What's your day?
You're like 34.
No, I'm saying I'm 80s.
I'm an 80s baby. I'm almost 40.
Almost 40. Gee. Okay.
Hey man, what's your diet plan, man?
Why you asking personal questions on he recording this?
I don't care. Every time I wake up in the morning, it'd be another fucking gray hair, yo. I'll be like, fuck.
That's your body dying, mine too.
Yo, I didn't start graying until I was about mid-40s, like 47, 48.
You lucky son of a bitch, man, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm getting tired of these fucking shit, yo. I'm just for me. What is it called?
Just for men.
Just for men.
Just for men. Whatever the fuck it is. I'm new to this fucking game, yo.
Does your body actually get slower? I'm a little bit younger
man. You gotta be careful, man. In about 3 years, you can look like a buff Morgan Freeman. You don't want that, bro. You gotta.
Well, all the modes, hell no, yo. I'll be staying out the sun like,
Hey, yo, Andy, what were you saying, man? You was saying,
I was saying, does your body actually get slower? I'm a little bit younger than you, so I haven't experienced that yet. Getting to 30,
All right, well, you gonna how about you find out on your own? How about that? No, I'm messing. I'm
gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna tell you this as honest as I can be. Because I don't feel my age. I'm 37. I don't feel my age. Right?
Yeah, me neither. I'm 37 also.
So here's the thing.
36, my bad.
I'm about to say why you lying about your age. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, right? I don't feel like it. Like the whole thing. I mean, you'll get a wrinkle. Niggas don't care about that shit. But like the grays are a little annoying. Sometimes listening to people younger, you be like, you sound stupid, yo. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Abby, here's what's gonna happen, bro. One day you're gonna go to play ball. You're gonna look at the rim. You're gonna try to jump, and your body gonna say that day is over.
Yeah.
It's a natural. Oof. You get more and more careful as you get older. Yeah. Like naturally, you don't think about it. You be like, that don't look.
Your brain's definitely sharper.
Well, I think
he's invincible now. Watch out.
He said this is a jumper. Right. Listen, man, what happens?
I look at that shit.
You get adult problems and adult bills. That's when you start to prioritize your ankles and knees and stuff. Like you said, be a jumper now. When you was younger, you lived at home. Mom, that was a dunk. You know what I mean?
Now for me,
you injure yourself,
I was
always homeless.
Exactly.
Now for me, I was a personal trainer. So I I had to learn how to do exercises the correct way so I won't fuck my shit up. And honestly, I don't have any joint issues or anything. But one of the things that, like, to answer your question, no, I feel like I haven't slowed down. I'm more.
Cass, give me some pointers, man.
It depends on how you, like he said, how you take care of your body. But to be honest, I'm 51. Mentally, I still feel like the same person.
Isn't it weird? Like you see, like all these, you see all these stars that are getting older and older. You be like, and your brain is like, I remember Martin used to look young as hell. Like you look old.
Yeah, him and Will Smith. Will Smith looked like the genie now from the movie.
That was true.
Like your brain has a mental image of what it looked like when you were young.
Oh, that's what I was going to say too. How about this? If you don't look in the mirror and you think about yourself, I don't think of myself as 51. I don't know why, but I see myself at like 35 for some reason until I look in the mirror. Then I'm like, oh yeah. I don't really think of myself like that.
35 a good age.
Oh, 35 is a really nice sweet spot, man.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you this. From what I understand, when you hit 40 or when you start really graying out, that's when you know what else too? I have to be very careful about the women that I speak to.
Oh yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Very fucking, because I don't feel young. I don't feel old.
I got you.
I don't feel old. And what I mean by this, right, is that there are girls at the gym, you don't know how old they are at all. So you have to use context clues. You have to look at the type of clothes that they wear. If that shit looks like a high school, what do you call it? Your Holy Cross and shit like that. They got that high school. You gotta know you gotta know your. I'm being honest. You gotta know your high schools. Because if you don't know your high schools, you may be talking to somebody that's 17, yo, and that don't go well for you, yo. You have no fucking idea.
Hey, Bushido, he gave Casby spot naughty, but she got a guardian with her? No, I can't do
it. All I know, this girl was giving me the wink and everything. She kept going near my fucking space, right?
Yeah, she worked for Chris Hansen.
Asking me, she was like, she was asking me, she was like, are you using this here? And I'm like, no. And I was going to say something, then my brain was like, you know what? What time of year is this?
Yes. Yep. You got to catch yourself.
I was like, this is December, which means that this is winter break. And I never seen her before.
Right.
And I'm like, they look like gym clothes. Wait a minute.
Like a school uniform.
Hey,
that's a school uniform. I was like, I can't. No, and you got to understand the school uniform. You have to, like, I'm just telling you, as you get older, you gotta be very careful because you get trapped the fuck up. And again, in your brain, your age is stuck to where it is. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Until you realize stuff.
And on top of it, let me just put the cherry on top of this shit too. As you get older, there's some things that's just not appealing anymore. Like when a girl is acting like young, like too, like when I say young, like, you know,
like all this energy and giggly,
and all that other stuff.
Nah, man.
It don't look attractive. Nope. It doesn't. Nope. I don't want it. So, like, again, if it's a bold young lady, I got a question. I need to see the identification just in case, because I'm gonna tell you, right, I'm being serious.
He carding chicks.
Like, you better start.
Y'all didn't have social media. The girls didn't fucking have this.
None of them. That's what I mean by everybody being too sensitive. So probably somebody gonna listen to this shit, but like, yo, he talking crazy right now. I'm just saying.
I think you're on point.
But they say, oh, he preying on them. Nah. I remember when I was younger, there are so many people that will contest to this shit. Kids, male, like I'll say this. When I was 16 years old, I had 4 hairs on my face. and it remained that way until I was 22. These kids nowadays have full-on beards. They are 6'2". Yeah, they all look way older than what they are, but their brains are not there. So you have to question anything that comes to you. In general, you have to question it. The same situation happened with Drake. Drake caught himself getting a little bit of tail and shit like that. He was like, okay, I heard that hot sauce is spermicide. Let me put that shit in there. You know, he switched it around a little bit, threw the shit in the trash. You know what she did? She was like, oh, hell no. He going to have my baby, period. I'm going to have his baby. She going to turn the condom inside out, and then the shit started burning.
Yeah, that's hilarious to me. But hey, true question, man, for you and Bushido. How many cops do you think you could have shook off you if you was to catch a predator? Because like you in really good shape. I don't think they could have held you down, Gamecast.
You don't answer that. Game. That's a setup question. Don't answer that.
That's not a setup.
Nah, that's a setup question.
Came out, they'd have needed.
No, he wants you to incriminate yourself as a predator and say like, yeah, I shook a bunch of them. He ain't never shake a cop. He ain't never shake a cop. Never.
Like,
you already know.
He just threw him against the ceiling and got up out of there.
I'm gonna say this, Silky. I like a mature woman. There is one thing holding me back from mature women, and that is their physical appearance. That's the only thing that fucks it up, man.
Fall in love with the eyes, man. That shit never changes. I know it sounds funny.
It was no problem. No, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm being honest. Everything was cool in the hood. It was cool in the hood with this girl. And yes, it's going to get a little graphic, but listen, don't be too fucking sensitive. It's life. You've seen, if you had sex before, you congratulate yourself. You've seen what a pussy look like. Don't be a pussy. I get into the situation with this girl. Everything gets hot and heavy. Right? She's thick, quote unquote thick. Then she started taking off her clothes. She started her form. She started losing form as she was taking off her clothes. She got more blobby. Shit started falling. I was like, I was like, all I gotta do is like kind of like dim the light a little bit. That should be okay.
It's just traumatic.
You know what I'm saying? I need that VRR. All I need is that VRR so the detail can be only in my face and everything the fuck else can be blurred the fuck out. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Oh my God, wow. You're a wild boy, man.
So I get down to the pennies, right? Everything I fucked some horrible shit too. I ain't even gonna lie. But this one was really too much. This one was too much for me.
So you canceled in the moment?
I didn't cancel.
No, you got to see it through.
I saw it through, but I regret it. I have those pictures on my phone. She was thinking she was killing it afterwards. Oh, you want this? I was waiting for you. Yo, her. What is it called? Labias. The lips.
It's like, don't ask me.
The lips of her shit connected with her ass cheeks. So she just looked like she had a single crescent moon from the front all the way to her back.
Oh my God.
It was fucking awful, yo. And it had razor bumps. She was like, I hope you don't mind. I made sure I tended to you as fresh.
Why you make her voice sound like that, man? She sounded like she's working at gas station.
I will say one thing I like about girls today. They not real. Like I like natural beauty. Like when I grew up, girls didn't wear makeup like that. Like from the time they grow up to go into high school, moms gave them a hard time about wearing makeup all the way through high school. So I actually appreciated that more because you get to see what she really looked like. Nowadays, man, these chicks I'm talking about painted eyebrows, these big old eyelashes, and these what's it called again? You put around your waist trainers.
Oh,
to make them look like they got hourglass figure, and oh my God! Listen,
you can't call them out either on it.
No,
it's mine. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't understand what's this archetype of women that women are. No guy said that I want tarantula eyelashes or whatever the fuck that is. Like, you ever see a spider that died? You ever see a spider that died and turned inside out? That's what it looked like. Like a nice, like a fresh tarantula was just on their eyelashes. You can't see them. They squint. They talking about something. That's a smoky look. No, bitch, you got shit on your eye, yo. It's not smoky.
Hey, you getting
take that shit off.
You getting
I like a little bit of makeup. I like a little bit, and I don't really want it every day. Like it's
supposed to accentuate to make things to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you look like a whole different race.
Yes. Yep.
That is a problem.
Yep.
Hey, all you got to do is just trick them back, man. Go get a fake hairline, the spray on beard.
No. You will get canceled. So that's why. This is why you if you date a girl nowadays, you got to plan that date when it's raining. You find the most fucked up forecast and be like, yo, Wednesday at 5:47. I'll be at your house.
Wildcat, man.
Torrential range, yo. This bitch better not
torrential range. She's like, it's a hurricane. Like,
no, you good? No, right? Just cut her off. You good? Come outside.
I'm like, only a category 4. Come on now, stop acting like that.
Hey, you know my least favorite part of this generation. I'm happy I ain't got to deal with it. Or people dating multiple people. Like I know I had plenty of friends that are girls that would go on a date, finish that date, and go on a second date with somebody else. I'm like,
I thought it was bad when I was younger. It's way worse now.
People are going on dates. People be going on dates just to get a plate of food. Like you attending feast from Spider-Man. Like, are you that hungry?
Hey, Gamecast, just picture, right? You go on a little coffee date and you tell your boys like, yo, man, she's bad, man. I'm feeling her energy. I like her style. Like, I think she may be a candidate. And then you out with your homeboys at a bar and you see her dance with some dude. They're like, hey, ain't that the shorty you showed us a picture of?
Yo, like, I'm gonna tell you right now. No. Before we close this shit out, let's go back to the fucking designs. I have never wanted a girl that looked like she came fresh out of the fucking, what do you call it? Drag queens.
Oh my God.
Thank you, man. That is one of the best comparisons that I've ever heard. That's what
it's
they look
too strong, yo. You got them angular cheeks.
Yeah.
It's called whatever contouring, man. It's called contouring.
Man, I'm like, man, you got those angular cheeks. You got those you got those long, like 4-inch eyelashes. And then these girls don't even try to keep up with the illusion, right? I went to the store to get a jacket a couple days ago. I just needed a jacket. I had to pick up some pictures from the store and stuff like that for work. And I went to this place. It was like a hipster place. All these clothes. I don't know what the fuck it was, man. I'm like, I don't like where we are at. I went into the place and it looked like everything was made of fucking trash bags with graffiti sprayed on that shit. I'm like, what is this? Yo, I just want a normal coat. Wait, hold on. I go up to the girl. Wait. I go up to the girl, the cashier.
Hey, you single right now, huh, Gamecast?
Yep, happily.
Hey, you gonna cry on your next date when you show up in your skinny jeans and your boots?
No, I can't wear skinny jeans because I can't wear skinny jeans. I was blessed. I tried that once. Absolutely not. That don't work, man.
All you gotta do is buy the athletic fitted jeans.
I remember I went to New York for the first time back in 2018, right? We parked our car in New Jersey and we were going to take the fucking train, whatever the fuck train it was. So I'm sitting there, I wore skinny jeans just for this occasion because I was like, I'm sure this is fashionable in New York. So I'm sitting there, the fucking train, go. And I'm just listening, you know, I haven't been to New York. Whole time, man, this 60-year-old looking at my fucking dick print the whole fucking time, man. I had no fucking clue. I said, never again, man. I probably can't even have kids anymore because of this shit. It's probably over for me. It looked horrible. All of my junk was on one leg, yo. All of it. The fucking trash bag, the brown bag, all of it was on one side, yo. Absolutely not. Either way, I go to the store, right? And I go up to the girl. This is a trash bag store where all the clothes were, right? The shirt, the coats.
Right.
She itching her head and shit like that. She on the phone. Light-skinned chick. And you could see what appeared to be a net on her forehead. But I zoomed it, like I squinted my eyes to figure out what it was or if this was a style, and it turns out it was a wig, and she glued it to her like scalp, I guess. And you was like mad gel, and she's like, did you need help or something? I said, yeah, I'm just looking for like a coat. A what? A coat. Oh, the men's section is over there. If you want to see stuff over there, it's over there.
So she sound like Game Zero?
Yeah. Stop. Stop it, Silky.
That's how I kid you. That's how she sounds. That's how she sounds.
All you need, bro, is a pair of skinny jeans and those big Yeezy shoes, the ones that look like boots.
That's all you gotta do is wear that shit,
on, bro.
Bro, I don't understand. We all the same age bracket roughly. I don't understand this fashion. I get a long t-shirt and some jeans. I get that. That was the simpler time in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On a fucking a white t-shirt and some jeans. The only thing that need to be expensive is your shoes. Them fucking shoes was $400 fucking dollars, but the rest of the clothes was from Walmart. You know,
right?
I grew up different, man. My whole fit, I was fitted from head to toe.
And no, but you could, if you wanted to be a real tryhard, then you can do that.
His name's Silky, so I get it. I get it.
I mean, he's so fresh, so clean.
Yeah, that's exactly. Exactly.
Hey,
I could never wear skinny jeans for one reason.
All the way to the underwear, bro. I don't think I own another pair of underwear besides Ethica.
Yeah, like
really?
They have the Ralph Lauren's or whatever the case is, but now you gotta look like you're homeless. And
dude, I'm with you. Yeah. I don't like the style. Listen, this is gonna be controversial. Two things. One, I'll never wear skinny jeans. If I gotta lay down on the bed to get in my jeans next to my woman, I can't do it. Secondly, everything nowadays is so borderline sus. It's ridiculous.
Started off with the skinny jeans. That's what really kicked it off. Now you got belly shirts and shit like that.
Yeah, I would never be able to wear them either. Same reason. Like I would be straight up back on one side. Nah.
Your profile done, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what sucks? Niggas are showing their navels.
Oh, so you live in a different part of the world. We ain't got that out. That haven't hit Cali yet.
No, that's all in New York, yo.
Listen, the whole bag thing. The bag thing.
Niggas.
The bag thing.
Everybody dressed like Zeke.
I don't care if nobody says the bag thing to me is too gay. I'm sorry. I can't with the bags.
Hey, they have a 45 in that purse though, man. So I don't say anything. I just mind my
I
business.
I ain't gonna say that neither, but I'm just saying.
So does the transgender streetwalkers.
Right.
He said streetwalk. I don't know what's going on. I just want to say
that mean?
My name is Silky, and I do not agree. He's
trying to get canceled, yo. Yeah. You want to be Lincoln Park? You want to be Lincoln Park guilty by association? Yeah. You about to get it.
They're like they were in their trans. They go like they were in their trans band, like bagging and. You know,
there's like
translandering. There we go, translandering.
Translandering.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing any of that, man. I'm still.
You can't. Honestly,
I just play video games.
Honestly, to be okay. So I would say this to wrap this up, being black. Oh shit!
My big ass dog. My bad.
That dude, you really are outcast. You heard that? Riding in the Cadillac. You make a nigga want to put a dog on it. Woof.
Oh man, my puppy is like 90 pounds now, man.
Ain't no damn puppy. What did Martin say? They ain't no damn puppy.
They ain't sound like no puppy. Nah.
Well, he's a dog now. He's a year old. Just turned a year like a few weeks ago.
That was a healthy bark. You heard that? Woof.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all gonna laugh at me if I tell you what kind of dog it is.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a Labradoodle.
Seriously? What's that thing like a Rottweiler?
Yeah, it's half Labrador. Well, he's half like what's called an Australian Lab, not an Australian Shepherd. Australian Labrador and Poodle.
Yo, it sounded like it was coming straight from his chest.
Yeah, he's big. Like, bro, when he stands up on his 2 feet, he looks eye to eye with me.
He's a silly ass dog, isn't he? Though.
Nah. Oh no, he's kind of a bully.
Oh, never mind. That's the other part. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like there's been Labradors and shit like that, yo. Most of them are fucking silly as a motherfucker, yo. Just fucking silly. But
hey,
yeah, I'm
Game
gonna
Pass,
say,
before you go, man, shoot me some nutrition facts, man. I'm trying to get back in shape.
Stop eating.
I'm gonna die. You don't eat?
No. Well, I fast.
So you don't eat from like 6 p.m. to like 10 a.m. or some shit, huh?
Yeah, that's part of it. And then when I do eat, I drink a whole bunch of water before I actually have my meal.
So you get full faster. Got you.
Yep.
See, I know the way, man. It's just hard to turn down all the food I'll be getting.
It is. So having certain jobs, man, it will fuck your shit up, though.
Yeah.
You definitely. I'm single for a fucking reason. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I get commissioned. People hit me up. Commissioned. I bet you. Basido knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
He been around town.
Yeah.
I get commissioned. Especially in rich white areas.
You an Xbot, my guy?
I go to the most whitest bar ever, yo.
It's a fact. I used to work up in what would they call the main line in my area, right, where the people with real money live, right?
Mm-hmm.
I swear to, oh my god, I never been hit on so much before in my entire life. I am so dead freaking serious. I would get gifts. I would get constant compliments. I would get old ladies say, "Are you married?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they was like, "Oh, okay." Cause see, I got a daughter and this and that and this. And chick brings her daughter in like a few months later. God, she was thick from the anyway. So especially in a redhead, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. It was wild. I had married women giving me gifts, football jerseys, jewelry. Like, I ain't asking for nothing. You know what I mean? Not major, but I'm just saying though, like, it was wild to constantly have somebody trying to get you and then having, like, I had a chick that was working there. She wasn't attractive to me at all, but they used to think me and her was a thing. No, it was never going to happen. So me and her was real cool. So if she heard something, she would come and tell me. And so she told me a few of the white chicks that work in the reception area was sitting in the break room. And there was like 3 or 4 of them in there. But 2 of them was the main ones talking about me. And I was like, yo, that felt good for the ego. But at the same time, I was like, man, I'm married. If I was not married, man, I'd be swimming in it. It's true, man.
It's part of it. Part of it is the marriage.
I believe in karma, man.
Part of it is the marriage. I'm gonna tell you this, right? And that's probably why I'm single. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why. I would go to these bars, and at first I didn't understand what was happening until I got it, and then I started exploiting it. I'll go over there. I'll be talking to the waitress or the bartender, right? Having a full-blown conversation because I travel, right? And then you get these white people that go up to me and shit like that. And I have my little fitted t-shirt on. People like, hey, what do you think about that? What do you think about that hottie over there?
And to be their wife, huh?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, no, I've been offered that a few times at a club.
I was like, it'd be a bar. I was like, you know her? He was like, oh, I could hook you up with her. What's your name? I'll tell him. I'll be like, yo, my name is Jay or whatever. You know, let's go over there and talk to her because I know her personally. It didn't click. It didn't click.
That's what you meant by commission.
Oh, man. I know her personally.
A dick mercenary. That's what I am. So he go over there and hey, look. I go over there. He's like, hey, Linda, look who I found. I was like, what the fuck?
I said, oh, he knew her. Yeah, okay.
He was like,
if her name Linda, she's at least 50.
No, she was 40 at the time. I was like in my 20s. He was like, he put his arm around me. He was like, look what I found. And I was a little tipsy. And I thought he was just drunk too. She was like, well, what do you have here? Are you new here? I have a thing for black guys. I didn't understand. And then as I got older, I was like, ooh, I feel used.
Yeah, man, they split you the pizza.
I went through with it and everything like that, but I felt used. You know what I mean? I was like, that's how women. I was like, that's how women feel. Like I was like, I'm being fetishized. I was like, ew.
That explains the afro, man. I see what you're doing now.
Exactly. Making sure you stand out.
He don't want any mysteries. He like just so he can tell across the room I'm black.
They look at me and stuff like that. It was like, ooh, okay. We're not from this town, but we got a hotel over there. How about you come over here with our buddies? Like that.
That's all. Man.
That's all I gotta say about that, yo. I'm telling you, man. I mean, the opportunity comes around occasionally, even to this day. But like being fit and black yields this shit. I get fetishized like a motherfucker, and I kind of don't like it.
Yeah, I didn't care. I liked it.
This fool,
I don't like it. Because I'm like, I was like, you don't care about me as a person.
They didn't ask you your favorite color?
You don't care about me. You don't care about me as a human. You just care what I look like. Stop looking at me like a piece of meat.
You gotta be careful.
My eyes are up here.
Around, bro. You gonna get out of shape. You gonna get out of shape, be married, come home, and see a 10-speed bike outside your house. Radio gonna be inside.
Hell no, that's what's gonna happen. No, but that's how I felt. Though I'm being funny, but that's how it felt to me. I was just like, you only like me because I'm black.
Just
yo, bro, you should have saw the hungry eyes.
Nah, I didn't care. Like
she was looking at me, and I knew something was wrong with it because it wasn't like a natural, it was like it was the word. It was lust.
The eye of a predator.
It was lust, pure lust.
Got you.
Hey, I'm about to get up out of here, man. But it's been cool hanging out, man. Gamecast, hold more spaces, man.
What you say?
I said you got to hold more spaces. I got to roll right now. But it's been cool chilling with y'all, man. Y'all be easy.
Silky the shock. All right, brother. I'll just later on, man.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up anyway. Yeah, well, all right, Silky. Hopefully, y'all see you again. Yeah. So yeah, everything. I think you know what my next space for next week for my off topic. Now that we mentioned it is getting old, man.
Oof. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if he's the young cat is still in here. I don't know. He probably left. He was like, that's too graphic. I don't know. No,
you told him do Wayne or is it Night or something like that?
No, it was probably somebody's in there. I probably lost some followers. Yeah.
No, I follow him. I've seen him a few times.
No, it's because he was asking how does it feel to get older. But I'm gonna say this.
Oh, the other dude that was Abdi or
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, right? I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm worried. This is just a taste for next week, right? One of these days, I gotta go to the doctors. I know you know where this is going.
Yep. And the dreaded, I don't like that either. I had a doctor do one for me. Oh my God, I don't even like the way that sounds. And after it was over, I turned to him and said, you gonna call me tomorrow? And he turned and looked at me and he just turned away. I had a female doctor that she did it for me once. And this is what I said to her. I loved her though. She was really sweet though. I would have nailed that to the wall. But the first thing I said to her was, I was like, you could have bought me dinner first. Now she fell out laughing. She thought it was funny. But she's cute though. She's a cute, thick joint.
I think about that shit. Can you still hear? Yeah. I think about that shit, right? Because I'm like, if something happens, do I just die?
Listen, I'm supposed to get another one. I was like, nah, whatever's wrong is wrong, you know?
I'm like, yo, whatever,
you have to find out what happens.
I'm like, man, whatever will be, will be. If I stop peeing, I'm just not even look. I'm gonna turn a blind eye to that shit. Yeah, I'm like, yo, nope.
Exactly. I'm like, live and let live, man. All you trying to do is live.
I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. I'm not really feeling that whole prospect of. You heard about the guy from Florida, right?
Nah, what happened to him?
He got a prostate in there, right? And He came by the male doctor.
Stop it.
And the male doctor was like, listen, it's fine. It's okay. It's not that deep, you know. It's the prostate, whatever. So he goes home, right? A guy comes back with a gun and shot the doctor. You should have never let me come, bitch. Bam, bam. He survived. He shot the doctor because he hit a fucking the prostate and nutted all over the place. He was mad as shit. Why did you let me come?
He came back inside the jail, kicked the door down. Johnny Murphy!
Yo, I'm sorry. Some of these stories. I'm just gonna have to die. I'm just gonna have to die.
I got YouTube videos and stuff like that too, like real odd stuff. And the one I got right now that I'm into is the strangest things dash cams ever caught, stuff like that. That sounds like something like some security footage would catch. Like, that's wild.
Like, I mean, see, that's the thing. You know what else? I gotta wait for next week. Let me write that down.
Yeah, hold that off to that. Yeah, man, hey man, make sure you hit me up on that too, man. I'll come back in there.
I followed you and shit like that. Let me clear all this shit here. It was a good space, man. Like, we were just talking about bitch, come on. We were talking about you know, just fanboyism and shit like that. And then obviously, like, I usually talk about 2 gaming topics, and then the third topic is just like whatever's on my fucking mind.
Right.
You know, and
that's about the same way we do it too, so it's no big deal.
What do you mean we?
Well, me and the guy that was in here, Inferno, we like a community of gamers, and we get together like 3 or 4 times a week.
That's how it is. You know, they say that when you get older, you don't be gaming no more.
No.
I'm like, just as long as my fucking hands can function, I think I'll be gaming.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm 51 and I'm still gaming. Hey, Silent Night, man. Follow me, man. I'm gonna still follow you, even though I see you a PlayStation dude. No, I'm just messing with you. I got both. I'm a bipartisan gamer. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead. Somebody keeps calling me on the phone, and I'm scared looking dumb because I keep rejecting it and they keep calling me back. I'll let y'all later on.
I told you, you better take this pussy. All right, guys. Listen, we're gonna end it. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it, guys. Every Saturday at 7:00 Eastern. I try to not make it as long as it is, but sometimes it just be like that. I'll try to come up with some pretty cool topics for you guys. Listen, you guys, you take care.